Last Raps Baseball is on the air, and today we are bringing you live commentary of Major League Baseball between the Milwaukee Brewers and the Chicago Cubs from Wrigley Field. We'll be right back with you in just a couple moments as we'll give you all the action. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, everyone. Wherever you're at in the world, welcome to Last Raps Baseball's live commentary of Major League Baseball. Today from Wrigley Field in the Windy City of Chicago, it'll be the Milwaukee Brewers and the Chicago Cubs. The commentary and views are our opinions and are not affiliated with the MLB, the MLBPA, the American League, National League, or their sponsors. We're giving English reports on the game being played and hope that English-speaking fans around the globe can enjoy the games on YouTube and Twitch along with us. We'll get right into it as we give you the starting lineups. First of all, from the visitors from Milwaukee, leading off and doing the designated hitting today is number 22, Christian Yelich. Batting second and playing shortstop is number 27, Willy Adames. Batting third and playing first base is number 11, Rowdy Tellez. In the cleanup spot in left field, wearing number 24, is Andrew McCutchen. Batting fifth and in right field is number 12, Hunter Renfroe. Hitting sixth and playing second base is number 16, Colton Wong. Batting seventh at third base today, wearing number 2, is Luis Arias. Batting eighth and doing the catching is number 7, Victor Caratini. And batting ninth in center field, number 15, Tyrone Taylor. And they are going to be facing the right-hander Keegan Thompson, who brings a 9-5 record to the mound this year, and one of the more effective starters. Cubs. He's going to be making his 17th start. It's his 25th appearance of the year. He's worked 102 thirds innings. He's allowed 94 hits, 47 runs, 41 of them which have been earned. He has walked 34 and struck out 88, and he's got a 3.7 earned run average. Well, that is the lineup for the visitors from Milwaukee. Now the visitors from the home team from Chicago. Leading off and playing second base is number 1, Nick Madrigal. Hitting second and doing the catching is number 40, Wilson Contreras. Batting third and playing third base is number 16, Patrick Wisdom. Hitting fourth and in right field is number 27, Seiya Suzuki. Hitting fifth and doing the designated hitting is number 32, Franmil Reyes. Batting sixth in left field is number 8, Ian Happ. Hitting seventh and playing in center field is number 4, Nelson Velasquez. Batting eighth and at first base is number 48, PJ Higgins. And batting ninth and playing shortstop is number 5, Christopher Morel. And they're going to be facing Aaron Ashby. The hard luck lefty this year is off to a rough start. He's got 2 wins and 10 losses. In 22 games, 16 of which have been starts. 91 and a third innings under his belt, allowing 87 hits, 52 runs, 43 have been earned. He has walked 43 and struck out 108. Well, those are your starting lineups for tonight's ball game. We appreciate everybody for being here, whether you are listening live or on delay. We love having you here. They are exchanging the lineup cards, and we're about to get this one underway in just a couple moments. Hang tight, everybody. We'll be right back after this from our friend Dave at Zero Fox Sports.
Hey, everybody. Thanks for checking out the game and Last Raps Baseball. This is Dave, Zero Fox Sports Card. If you like pack openings, baseball, all that good stuff, check us out. Drop a comment on our channel this month to win a mystery pack of cards. All you gotta do is say Last Rap sent you to be entered. And we'll drop a video later on this month announcing the winner. Enjoy the game.
Hello guys, thank you for joining Freddie here on his baseball game. And I'm Steve Rademacher, and my channel is really all about everybody, including all my international friends. We have such stuff as non-sport packs from Canada, the OP Cheese. We have the Greek freak. We have money from around the world. We have lira. We have yen. We have francs. We have pounds. We have Deutschmarks. We have all kinds of cool stuff like that. We even have some cooler things like Japanese women wrestlers and OPC baseball cards where I cannot read the back. We even have unopened material like the royal family, I know it's backwards, from London, England. Thank you for watching. Back to Freddie.
Welcome back, everybody. As Keegan Thompson is completing his warm-up tosses, we're about ready to get this one underway from Wrigley Field in Chicago. It's going to be Christian Yelich, Willy Adames, and Rowdy Tellez to face the right-hander. The umpires for today's ball game, working home plate, it's going to be Brendan Miller calling the balls and strikes. Jerry Lane is at first base. The second base umpire is Chad Whitson, and in the rocking chair over at third base, it is Hunter Wendelstadt. So a veteran crew today doing the game in Chicago. The temperature is 83 degrees Fahrenheit. It is sunny, and the wind is blowing to straightaway center field at 12 miles per hour. But as you know, in the Windy City, that is always subject to change. So those are your specs for this one. Yelich ready to come to bat as the right-hander Thompson. A little bit of a delay to start. It's supposed to start at 11:20, but the kids are out onto the field, running out with the players, and then trying to herd them off of the field always takes a little bit of a challenge. They're not so quick to get off. So this one here, the official first pitch is probably going to be at 11:22 Pacific time, or local time 2:20, or local time it's going to be 1:22. As the Cubs are ready to go here. So now we're all ready to get this one underway as Christian Yelich strides to the plate. Yelich on the season batting .250. He's got 9 homers and 37 runs batted in. The Cubs today are wearing their City Connect uniforms, the all blue with the light blue, Carolina blue, I guess, socks. And the first pitch is a fastball that misses outside to Yelich for ball one, and the count is 1-0. Yelich is appearing in his 113th game of the year this year. He's really not been the same player since he signed that big contract and fractured his kneecap shortly thereafter. There's a fastball swung on and fouled away, and the count is 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike to Yelich. Our friend Krimestein is in the house tonight, and Steve Rademacher has popped in as well. We expect we're going to get a healthy crowd throughout the day today. There's a fastball that misses down and in, and the count is 2-1. This is the only action going on in the big leagues this afternoon. All the rest of the games will be at 7 o'clock Eastern or 4 o'clock Pacific starts. There's a breaking ball that misses inside, and the count now goes to 3-1 on Yelich. So 3 balls and 1 strike. The Brewers are coming here after a singlet that they had to play yesterday. And here's the pitch. It is a fastball swung on and missed, and the count is now 3-2 to Yelich. Both of these teams have had to come off of road trips. The Cubs had played in Baltimore yesterday. It was a makeup game. As here's the pitch. It is a fastball swung on. It is lined into center field, and it is going to get down for a base hit in front of the diving center fielder Nelson Velasquez. He did a good job of being able to smother it, not to let it get by him. So Christian Yelich leads off the ball game with a single. That is going to bring up the shortstop Willy Adames. Always curious to see when teams have been traveling. Of course, yesterday, that game was in Baltimore. It was a makeup of a rainout game from earlier before, not originally scheduled, as they had to go and play that. So a little bit of a zigzag for the Cubbies. So they had to travel back on Wednesday. There's a fastball swung on. It is lifted into right center field. Moving over underneath it is Velasquez, and he's going to make the catch. And that is going to retire Willy Adames for the first out of the inning. Cubs were in Washington, and after traveling from Washington, had to go to Baltimore and then get back on a plane and come home. So sometimes you don't always have your sea legs. On the flip side of the coin, Milwaukee Brewers hosted the Los Angeles Dodgers for a set, and they had to travel down the way, so not as far a travel for Milwaukee to get to Chicago. But then again, both teams having to make those journeys in for this one here. Here comes Rowdy Tellez to the plate. The first pitch is a breaking ball that misses down, and the count is 1-0. For Tellez on the season, he's hitting .238. He's got 27 homers and 72 runs batted in. The Brewers have been pleased with his production at first base. They really haven't had the consistent first base production since Prince Fielder left, although they did get some decent decent season from Jesus Aguilar. There's a fastball that misses down and away, and the count is now 2-0. They've been trying to unlock the key to the success in that position. And Tellez has been producing in the middle of the order. Well, as well as getting an opportunity to play, he wasn't really getting that opportunity in Toronto when they shipped him over to Milwaukee because Vladimir Guerrero, of course, was taking up the reps over at first base in Toronto. So here comes the 2-0 offering. As he kicks and delivers, does Thompson. It's a fastball taken for a called strike, and the count is now 2-1. Not a particularly overpowering arm in Keegan Thompson. His key to effectiveness today is going to be to throw strikes and keep the hitters off balance with a good pitch mix. They do have not just a shift on for Tellez, it's quite the shift, as Patrick Wisdom is almost a fourth infielder to the right side. There's a fastball swung on it, missed, and the count goes to 2-2. He is in the shortstop position, but he is very tight to the bag at second base. Three infielders to the right side of the infield for Tellez. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. He resets himself back in the batter's box, waiting here on the offering from right-hander Keegan Thompson, and now he steps back out and has to adjust himself. Whatever it was, he's got something in his eye, something in his glasses. He's had to make the adjustment. Now he steps back into the batter's box. Yeah, he's ready to get the offering here from Thompson again. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. Thompson holds set. Now he kicks and fires. It's a fastball swung on. It is lifted foul into the seats over on the third base side, and the count remains at 2-2. Healthy crowd tonight in Chicago, and finally Tellez has had enough. He's taken the glasses off. There must be something that are on the glasses that's bothering him. Some hitters don't like to hit with glasses on. Some hitters doesn't make much of a difference, so Tellez loses the glasses as he gives it to the bat boy. I know different guys have different preferences. I don't know if I would be able or would have been able to hit with glasses. There's a breaking ball that is popped up over on the third base side. Racing over it is the pitcher Thompson, and he's going to make the play. You don't see that all that often, pitchers making the play, but with Patrick Wisdom pretty much in the shortstop position, Thompson had to come off the mound. He's able to make that catch to retire Tellez for the second out of the inning. An athletic play by the pitcher. Get over onto the warning track by the third base dugout and is able to haul that one in. So 2 gone, and that brings up the left fielder, Andrew McCutchen. For McCutchen, he's hitting .253. He's got 13 homers and 53 runs batted in. Thompson checks the runner at first, and he works set. Yeah, he throws over to first, and diving back in time is the base runner, Yelich. Got to keep an eye on Yelich. He does have 16 stolen bases on the year. He still can run a little bit. But we look at that last play where Thompson really had to cover a lot of ground to get there. You usually don't want your pitchers fielding pop-ups. That's usually the sign in the big leagues that they let the fielders do their jobs. There's a fastball that misses down and away, and the count is 1-0. Younger levels, you'll see pitchers field their own position. But certainly, typically speaking, you don't want a pitcher to roll his ankle or twist an ankle. He's more valuable on the mound, and the fielder's job is to field. There's a fastball swung on. This ball is belted into left center field. Looking up, and this one is gone. A home run for Andrew McCutchen. That is going to be number 14 on the season for McCutchen. It is a 2-run variety, as it's going to cash in Christian Yelich ahead of him, and the Brewers are up 2-0 here in the first inning. Yelich scores, and McCutchen drives them in. A 2-run shot here in the first to open up the scoring. That ball there was a good swing by McCutchen. He was right on time with the pitch. Takes it right into the pull gap, over the ivy, and into the stands. So the crowd there is obviously wanting their faithful to throw it back. So here comes the first pitch to the right-handed hitting Hunter Renfroe, and he grounds it through the shift into the right side for a base hit. That is going to be a single for Renfroe. So base hit for Renfroe after the 2-run shot by McCutchen. And it is going to bring up Colton Wong to the plate. Well, Colton Wong on the season is hitting .244. He's got 8 homers and 31 RBIs. Goes back to the parts about the shift there. You can see that was one where the shift was beaten. Only one fielder to the right side of the infield, and Renfroe does his job by grounding it through that gaping hole. And here's the first pitch to the left-handed hitting Wong, and it's a breaking ball that misses down for ball 1, and the count is 1-0. So 1 ball and no strikes. Wong hitting .244 with 8 homers and 31 runs batted in. Waggles the bat from the left side against the right-handed throwing Thompson. It works in the set position, and he kicks and delivers. It's a fastball taken for a called strike, and the count is now 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike to Wong. Hunter Renfroe enjoying a very nice season this year. His batting averages over the last couple of years have been declining. He's really not produced like the first-round pick he was in certain locations. There was a fastball that swung on and missed, and the count is 1-2. When he was with San Diego, he started off, his numbers kind of declined every year that he was there. Then they shipped him off to the Rays. He only hit .156 for Tampa Bay. And, of course, he was with the Boston Red Sox here, and he was decent last year. Fenway was a park that seemed to be made for him. There's a fastball that misses down, and the count is 2-2. But he was moved for Jackie Bradley Jr., and he's been giving the Brewers the production very similar to what he did last year in Boston. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. Right-hander Thompson kicks and delivers. It's a fastball that misses upstairs, and the count goes to 3-2 on Wong. So 3 balls and 2 strikes. This is going to be the 22nd pitch of the inning coming up for the right-hander Thompson. As Wong waggles the bat. Establishing his lead over at first is Renfroe. And here's the pitch. There goes the runner, and it's a breaking ball that misses down, and that is going to be ball 4. Colton Wong is aboard with a walk. And that is going to bring up the third baseman, Luis Arias, and it's going to bring the pitching coach out of the Cubs dugout to come out and have a word with the young right-hander. So already the Cubs are in trouble here and there. Top half of the first inning, and one of our friends, Crimestein, says he wants the under 10.5. Well, with these 2 pitchers on the mound today, it could be a bit of a struggle, especially if they can't get things settled in early here. So the conference is now over as Thompson is ready to go back to work as he's going to face Luis Arias. Arias is batting .225. 13 homers and 39 runs batted in. I go through the lineup for the Brewers. Only Andrew McCutchen in the lineup today hitting north of .250, .253. Christian Yelich entered the game at .250. There's a fastball taken for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. So everything is bunched up between basically the .218 and .250 mark, or .220 and .250 mark. There's nobody with the Brewers that has really started to surge. Somebody has to get hot here to help propel them toward the end of the year. There's a fastball that misses inside, and the count is 1-1, or at least a couple of hitters to get hot, and they can carry the team for a bit. So 1 ball and 1 strike. Arias batting from the right side against the right-handed throwing Thompson. It's a good crowd Wrigley today for a Friday afternoon affair, and there's a fastball that just misses down for a ball, and the count is now 2-1. 2 balls and 1 strike. We have an air show going on in Chicago. There's quite the display happening in the background. Over top of Wrigley, here comes the 2-1 pitch. It's a fastball swung on, and it is popped up into right center field. Moving over underneath it is the right fielder, Seiya Suzuki. He battles the sun, and he makes the catch. And that is going to retire Luis Arias for the 3rd out of the inning, but not until damage has been done. There was 2 runs in the inning on 3 hits. It was the 2-run homer by Andrew McCutchen doing the damage. There were no errors, and there were 2 runners left aboard. We are through a half inning. It is the Milwaukee Brewers 2, the Chicago Cubs. No score. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back with the call at the bottom of the first inning after this. Appreciate you guys for being here. Here's our friend Matt Hollis. Check him out after the game.
Well, you've got to have an ace in the hole, a little secret that nobody knows. Life is a gamble, a game we all play, but you've got to save something for a rainy day. You've got to learn to play your cards right if you expect to win in life. Don't put it all on the line for just one roll. You've got to have an ace in the hole. Yeah.
Welcome back, everybody. It is going to be the top of the order coming up here for the Cubs in the bottom half of the first inning. It'll be Nick Madrigal, Wilson Contreras, and Patrick Wisdom to face the left-hander Aaron Ashby. Ashby, as we said at the top of the stream, has been a little bit of a hard luck pitcher. And he has well enough to win. The 2-10 record, maybe a little bit, is unfair, as he hasn't had all the support. He's been decent enough to win in most of his games. He is a 4-pitch pitcher. He's a traditional fastball, slider, changeup, curveball. But he really relies heavily on his fastball and his slider. So here comes the first pitch to Nick Madrigal, and it is a fastball taken for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. So no balls and 1 strike. Ashby was originally drafted out of Crowder College in the 2017 draft by the Texas Rangers. There's a breaking ball that misses down and in, and the count is now 1-1. He was then redrafted in the 4th round of the 2018 draft by the Milwaukee Brewers. He is 23 years, he's now 24 years old, as there's a breaking ball that misses outside. They appeal down to the first base umpire, Jerry Lane, and he goes up with the right hand. And that is going to run the count now to 1-2 on Nick Madrigal. Madrigal waiting on the offering here from the lefty. Ashby, who swings, grounds it over to the right side of the infield. Fielded by the first baseman, Tellez. He throws to the pitcher covering, but it's not going to be in time. It's going to be a base hit for Madrigal, as he is able to beat Ashby to the bag. And so the Cubs got themselves a leadoff single here in the first inning, and that's going to bring up Wilson Contreras. Madrigal was getting down the line in a hurry. Ashby got over to the base. The ball had taken Tellez into the 4-hole. He had to field it, and it was a tough play for the pitcher. He has to catch it on the run. Ashby did not lead, or Tellez did not lead Ashby. He sort of threw it right to him as he had to slow up to make the catch. Madrigal is aboard here with a single, and that brings Wilson Contreras to the plate. Well, Contreras is hitting .249, 19 homers, and 48 runs batted in. And here comes the offering from the lefty. Ashby gets a fastball taken for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. Contreras had a couple of homers last night. Gave him 19 on the season. There was talk about the Cubs maybe moving Contreras and his teammate Ian Happ at the deadline, but by the looks of it, they're going to be around to stay. I don't think either of these two players, from what I've been reading, are going to be dealt anytime soon. They figure that they're going to be around this group for a while. As again, Contreras calls time and steps out of the batter's box. And part of it has to do with this air show that's going on over top. The planes are over top, and it's distracting the hitters. So here comes the 0-1 pitch. There's a breaking ball that is down. It came inside. Did it hit the hitter? And it looks like the home plate umpire Brendan Miller's going to need some assistance on this one as Contreras had hopped out of the way, but it looks like he didn't get hit by the pitch. We'll take a look at the replay again. He was just able to move his back foot. It's going to run the count to 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike. So Contreras digs himself back in, and that advanced Madrigal over to second base. We'll see if they score that as a wild pitch or a pass ball. A feeling that would have been a wild pitch on Ashby. So the runner is now at second. And here comes the 1-1 pitch, but instead Ashby does the old spaghetti move to force the runner back to second. It's going down. The official score says wild pitch, and I agree with the official score on that one. So here's the 1-1 pitch, and it's a breaking ball that misses outside. They peel over to the first base umpire, Jerry Lane, and up with the right hand he goes again, and that's going to run the count to 1-2. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. And again, we have to agree with Jerry Lane because that definitely Contreras went around. I'm sure if Contreras saw the replay, he would agree as well. So here's the 1-2 pitch. It's a breaking ball swung on it. It's tapped softly over to short. Fielded by Adames. He throws across the diamond. And that is going to retire Contreras on a ground out 6-3 for out number 1. And that is going to bring up the third baseman, Patrick Wisdom. By the looks of it, when Contreras went through the base, instead of rounding off to the foul line side, he rounded off to the fair territory side. He may have had a couple of things to say to Jerry Lane as he went by Tellez. So Patrick Wisdom strides to the plate. He's batting .219 on the year. He's got 21 homers to go with 55 runs batted in. Batting from the right side against the lefty Ashby, who checks the runner Madrigal at second. And now again, they do the inside spaghetti move. And again, Madrigal safely back in time. Our friend Crimestein says, what a terrible day to bet the under. All the sports books are way off. Well, when I saw 83 degrees and the pitchers that were throwing there, and there's a breaking ball swung on and grounded foul, the count is 0-1. When I saw the temperature 83 degrees in Chicago, wind blowing out to straightaway center field, the pitchers that are on the mound, they're playing in the bandbox of Wrigley Field. Man, I don't know if I want to be risking the under in a condition like this today. Feeling there's going to be a lot of balls leaving the yard here at Wrigley today. Here comes the offering to Wisdom, and it's a fastball that catches the inside corner, and the count now goes to 0-2. So no balls and 2 strikes. Friend Arizona Cardinals says the over was the play today. Well, based on the first inning, friend Arizona Cardinals is off to the races. So no balls and 2 strikes. Wisdom waggles the bat, waiting on the offering here from Ashby, who kicks and delivers. It's a fastball swung on and lifted foul down the right field line, and the count remains at 0-2. Just have a feeling it's going to be one of those days where you're going to have a pitching parade. Two teams, especially Chicago, coming off that flight from Baltimore to get back home yesterday. Then Milwaukee now going on the road. Just get that feeling we're going to see a interesting start to this series. There's a breaking ball that misses outside. The count's 1-2 to Wisdom. It'll be Seiya Suzuki to follow. As it is the bottom of the first inning here with a 2-0 lead for the Brewers. Ashby checks the runner at second. Now he kicks and delivers. It's a breaking ball swung on. It's grounded foul over on the third base side. The count remains at 1 ball and 2 strikes. Patrick Wisdom leads all of the National League and all of baseball with strikeouts this year. 151 strikeouts in 393 at-bats. Last year, he struck out 153 times, but he had almost 50 less at-bats. And again, the inside move by Ashby chases back to second. Are concerned about Madrigal. He's only got a couple of stolen bases this year, but he hasn't really played a whole lot. And here comes the pitch from the lefty Ashby. It's a fastball at 95 that misses upstairs for a ball, and the count is now 2-2. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. Ashby leans in. The sign from his catcher, and he's ready to go back to work. There's a fastball swung on and missed. Wisdom has gone on strikes. That's now going to be 152 on the year. So he's retired for the second out of the inning, and that's going to bring up the right fielder, Seiya Suzuki. Well, speaking of injuries, Seiya Suzuki had a hot start in his major league debut. He was the rookie in the National League in April. And injuries besieged him, and he's missed a number of games this year. This is game number 78 he's playing in. He's batting .241 with 9 homers and 36 runs batted in. And here comes the offering from the lefty. It's a fastball that misses down for ball 1, and the count is 1-0. Projected when Suzuki came over after seeing him play with the Carp last couple of years, I figured he'd be a guy that would be 25 to 30 homers in his best years, and probably driving in between 85 to 95 runs in his best years, 85 to 90, 85 to 95. As a breaking ball misses down, and the count is now 2-0. And my condition of that, obviously, is he's got to stay healthy. And if he plays every day and he stays healthy, I think he's going to have chances to do that. And here comes the pitch. It is a breaking ball that misses down, but home plate umpire Brendan Miller goes up with the pitch as he felt that Suzuki went around a little too far. So 2 balls and 1 strike. On the season, it's been also a bit of up and down for Suzuki. He's played well, and then he's goes in hot streaks where he can carry the Cubs, and then he goes ice cold. And right now he's in that category where he is ice cold. Here comes the pitch. It's a fastball that misses outside. The count is now 3-1. He's a pretty good defender. He plays well in right field. Our friend Crimestein says, yeah, it's still early, but it doesn't look good. It's not promising, especially too. The pitchers have ratcheted up their pitch counts here early, and it's not a cool day. It's a temperature, as we said at game time, 83 degrees. There's a fastball that catches the inside corner, and that runs the count to 3-2. So the more pitches they throw, the more they got to work. The more tired they're potentially going to be. So 3 balls and 2 strikes. Lefty Ashby holds set. Now he kicks and delivers. It is a fastball swung on. This ball is driven into right center field. This ball is going to be trouble. It's off the ivy, and it's going to bounce around. Coming around to score is Madrigal, and cruising into second with a stand-up double is Seiya Suzuki. He's got himself another RBI, and that is going to cut the lead to 2-1. So fireworks early here in the first inning for both. Both teams. He got outrighted by the Guardians a couple of weeks back. This is going to be his 9th game with the Guardians. Very interesting. The 26-year-old, they were going to send him down or had to designate him for assignment. They had to choose whether or not he was going to be released or whatever that might be. And he ended up placing him on waivers. Cubs snapped him up, and he's 34 at bats. He's 13 for 34. He's got a couple of homers and 5 RBIs, and he swings at a first pitch breaking ball, and he hits it to deep right center field. This ball's carrying, and this ball is off the wall. And this is going to score Suzuki. Reyes is digging for second. He's rounding second, and he's heading into third with a triple. And the Franmil Reyes continues to just absolutely destroy pitching in a Cubs uniform. And we are all tied up here at 2s. So Suzuki scores following Madrigal. It is a 2-2 ball game. RBI for Reyes as he is standing at third, and that is going to bring up the left fielder, Ian Happ. It was almost in pretty much the same spot as where Suzuki had hit the ball. Gone the other way into the Oppo gap, and as we mentioned before, the wind today is really, really blowing to straightaway center field. As we said, it changes a little bit, but for the most part, the ball is carrying. So if you can get it up in the jet stream, it's going to go for a ride. It hardly looked like Reyes had hit the ball. In fact, it looked like it hit it off the end of the bat. And that ball just kept drifting and drifting and drifting, and off the ivy it was. So we do have a conference on the mound as the pitching coach for the Brewers has come out. So one trip now for each team. So Happ is coming to the plate. He's batting .280 on the year with 12 homers and 54 runs batted in. Happ, the switch hitter, batting from the right side against the left-handed throwing Ashby. As Ashby ready to go back to work. He works from the set position and delivers. It is a breaking ball swung on and missed, and the count is quickly 0-1 to Happ. I mentioned when Contreras came to bat that there was talk that both of these players, Happ and Contreras, Happ is under team control for another year, but by all accounts, they're talking about maybe extending him. There's a fastball that's misses up and in, and the count is 1-1. They figure he plays good enough left field. He swings. The bat has been coming around. The other part was they were concerned about his hitting on the right side, and they say that the right side hitting is really improved. There's a breaking ball swung on his tap slowly over to third. It is fielded by Arias, and Reyes is going to score, but I don't know if that was a foul ball or not, or they're going to have to bring him back. Nope, but it is claps all the way around. That's going to be an infield hit for Happ. The ball just died in the grass. It was halfway between home and third, and Arias had attacked the ball, and he was so far behind the bag, he had no chance to make the throw to first base, and the Cubs have taken the lead 3-2 here in the bottom of the first inning. So our poor friend Crimestein, who's in here, he took the under on 10.5. He might have taken the under on 10.5 just in the first inning, the way the runs have been scored here. So an RBI for that brings Nelson Velasquez to the plate. And here's the first offering to Velasquez. It's a breaking ball that drops in for a called strike, and the count is quickly 0-1. Velasquez on the season batting .243 with 6 homers and 18 RBIs. That's from the right side against the left-handed throwing Ashby. As Ashby comes set, now he delivers. It's a breaking ball that drops in for a called strike, and the count is now 0-2. So no balls and 2 strikes. Although it is still early in the ball game, that's where sometimes things will shut themselves down. Our friend Crimestein looks like he's a little bit upset with the start of this one. And there's a changeup that is swung on and missed, and Velasquez goes down on strikes for the third out of the inning. And that is going to do it here. Well, there were 3 runs in the inning on 4 hits. There were no errors and 1 runner left aboard. After 1 complete, it is the Cubs 3 and the Brewers 2. Stick around, everybody. We got fireworks in Chicago. Based on today, I think there's more to come. I'll be right back after this from our friend Steve Rademacher.
Hello, kids. Steve coming at you. It's Steve Rademacher. And if you like interesting stuff, if you like to laugh a little bit, and if you enjoy collecting, this channel's for you. If you like non-sport cards, we have them. You like pseudo-sport cards, we open them. Even if you like entire boxes of completely pointless stuff or other sports, we have everything here. I drop a different video every day, and there's always a theme to it, from No Filter Friday to Saturday morning cartoons, even Sunday shoutouts. Once in a while, we'll get a little froggy and show Money Money Monday, where I showcase a bunch of my currency. We have Legos, we have Star Wars, we have a good time. We even have my brother on Takeover Tuesday. Be there or be square. Back to Freddy.
Appreciate you, Steve, and your support of the channel, and in turn, we support Steve Rademacher. Be sure to check him out after the game. We'll be back in just a moment. 3-2 for the Cubs over the Brewers. We're moving to the top of the second. Welcome back, everybody. It is going to be the 8, 9, and 1 hitters in the batting order. It'll be Victor Caratini, Tyrone Taylor, and Christian Yelich. 8, 9, and 1 to come to bat. Caratini watches the first pitch fastball sail upstairs for ball one, and the count is 1-0. He's hitting .219 on the year. He's got 8 homers and 24 runs batted in. As the right-hander Thompson ready to go back at it here as he rucks. And now he steps off the rubber. Now he's going to reset himself. So here comes the offering now to Caratini. He rocks into the motion and delivers. And there is a fastball swung on it. It is grounded over to first. It is fielded neatly by the first baseman, P.J. Higgins, who steps on the bag. And with there's one up and one away here in the second inning. That's going to bring up the center fielder, Tyrone Taylor. Our friend Crimestein says he needs a solid 5-inning shutout to have a shot. Yeah, you're going to have to be able to put up some zeros now the rest of the way. Odds are definitely not in your favor at this point. So Tyrone Taylor, in his 86th game, he's hitting .222. He's got 12 homers and 40 runs batted in. And here's the pitch. It's a fastball. Take it for a call and strike. The count is 0-1. Defensively for the Cubs today in the outfield from left to right, it's Ian Happ in left. The center fielder is Nelson Velasquez, and Seiya Suzuki is in right field. And here's the pitch. It is a fastball swung on and fouled away. The count is 0-2. Around the horn from first to third, it is P.J. Higgins at first. The second baseman is Nick Madrigal. The shortstop is Christopher Morel, and the third baseman is Patrick Wisdom. And, of course, the battery of Keegan Thompson and Wilson Contreras. And here's the pitch. It's a breaking ball down. It is swung on and missed. And Taylor is down on strikes for the second out of the inning. So 2 up and 2 away. That'll bring up the top of the order in Christian Yelich. Well, Yelich is 1 for 1 today. He singled and scored a run his first time up. He's raised his season average up to .252. He's been hitting quite a bit in the leadoff spot this year, which has been a little bit eyebrow raising in my opinion. There's a fastball swung on and fouled away, and the count is 0-1. I think of Yelich, I think of him as more of a middle of the order run producing type of player, but he does have the wheels and he can get around the base paths and certainly hasn't been hitting with a whole lot of power this year. And so there's a fastball swung on it. It is grounded over to the left side of the infield. It is fielded by Wisdom. He throws to first. And that is going to retire Yelich on a ground-out 5-3. A quick inning here for the Brewers in their half of the second inning. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left the board. We're now through 1.5. It is the Cubs 3, the Brewers 2. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back with the call at the bottom of the second inning. In just a couple moments, we appreciate you guys for being here. Here is our friend Dave.
Hey, everybody. Thanks for checking out the game. And Last Raps Baseball. This is Dave's Zero Thought Sports Card. If you like pack openings, baseball, all that good stuff, check us out. Drop a comment on our channel this month to win a mystery pack of cards. All you gotta do is say Last Rap sent you to be entered. And we'll drop a video later on this month announcing the winner. Enjoy the game.
Welcome back, everybody. It is going to be the 8, 9, and 1 hitters in the batting order coming up for the Cubs here in their half of the second inning. P.J. Higgins, Christopher Morel, and Nick Madrigal to face the left-hander. Aaron Ashby will be back on for his second inning of work. It is a beautiful day in Chicago in the Windy City. As we said, it was 83 degrees at first pitch. And there is a air show going on around Chicago as the planes are out and flying about. We've been getting ourselves an aerial view here And just amazing at how they can fly so close together and put on a wonderful show for everybody around. So that is going to get the bottom of the second inning going here as Ashby has completed his tosses and we're ready to go again. As the right-handed hitting P.J. Higgins steps to the plate. He's hitting .273 on the year. He's got 6 homers and 20 RBIs. The first pitch is a fastball that misses inside for ball one, and the count is 1-0. Higgins has been a pleasant surprise. They list him as a catcher, but whenever we've called Cub games, he's always been batting on the right side. There's a breaking ball swung on it, missed. The count is now 1-1 strike. And he has quietly given David Ross some really productive at-bats. He's also given him a much-needed plug over at first base. There's the breaking ball that misses outside, and the count is 2-1. When the season started, they were counting on Frank Schwindel to be the first baseman as he had a great second half last year. Really hasn't been able to secure the everyday position. There's a fastball swung on and fouled away. And the count is 2-2. I shouldn't say security, wasn't able to hold on to it. More importantly. So 2 balls and 2 strikes to Higgins. Brewers lefty gets the sign from his catcher Caratini, and he goes back to work. There's a breaking ball swung on it, is grounded over to short. Adames fields it. He throws across the diamond. That is going to retire Higgins on a ground out 6-3 for the first out of the inning. So 1 up and 1 away, and that's going to bring up Christopher Morel. Defensively today for the Milwaukee Brewers, from left to right, it's Andrew McCutcheon in left. The center fielder is Tyrone Taylor, and the right fielder is Hunter Renfroe. From first to third, it is Rowdy Tellez at first. The second baseman is Colton Wong. At short, it's Willie Adames, and the third baseman is Luis Arias. The first pitch is a breaking ball swung on and missed by Morel for a count of 0-1. The battery, of course, is Aaron Ashby and Victor Caratini. Morel digs himself back in, waiting on the 0-1 offering from the lefty Ashby. And he kicks and delivers. There's a fastball swung on it, missed. The count is now 0-2. You can understand why the Brewers like Ashby. 96 miles an hour on that last pitch from the left side. That is very, very difficult. Not a lot of pitchers can heat it up there on the left side that are starters. There's a breaking ball that is swung at and fouled away, and the count remains at 0-2. I think of a few years ago that it was, I believe, James Paxton when he was with after he left Seattle, he was with the New York Yankees. He was, average fastball was like 97 miles an hour from the left side, tops in the league. There's a fastball swung on. It's grounded up the middle. Ranging to his left is Adames. It goes off his glove, and Morel is going to be aboard. I'm going to rule that as a single. We're going to have to get confirmation of that in a moment. As far as I'm concerned, that was a base hit. Very tough play as they had swung Adames more into the 6 hole. He dove to his left. He was able to stop the ball, but unable to come up with the play. Good effort by the shortstop. So a base hit there by Christopher Morel, and that brings the top of the order up in Nick Madrigal. Madrigal today is 1 for 1. He scored a run his first time up. He was able to get himself a hustle single as it was a ground ball to the first baseman, Tellez. There's a fastball swung on it. Is lifted into right field. It's going to get down for a base hit in front of Hunter Renfroe. Stopping at second is Morel, and the Cubs again have something brewing here in their second inning. As they've got 2 aboard here with 1 out, and that's going to bring up the catcher, Wilson Contreras. So really no mystery here against Aaron Ashby in the first inning plus. The Cubs have pounded out 6 hits so far as we're here in the bottom of the second inning. So Madrigal with his second hit of the night. And Contreras comes to the plate. He's 0 for 1. He grounded out to the shortstop his first time up. His average is at 249. Bats from the right side against the left-handed throwing Ashby. And here comes the pitch. And there's a breaking ball that drops in for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. So no balls and 1 strike to Contreras. Contreras gets himself dug in, takes himself a deep breath, and he's ready to face the offering here from Ashby. Ashby gets his sign from his catcher, Caratini, and he rocks into the motion, but he does that inside move again and is going to chase Morel back to second base. The lefty has had concerns with the runners at second. They usually say it's easier for runners at second base to steal the bag at third off of a lefty. That is obviously the concern he has right now. And there's the pitch. It is a fastball swung on and fouled away, and the count is 0-2. He doesn't want to give them a running jump. So no balls and 2 strikes. Just a couple of programming notes as a reminder. We're going to be back on the airwaves again tonight. We do the Central League action. It's going to be the Hanshin Tigers and the Yamuri Giants. We're going to be doing Central League from the NPB, so hopefully you can pop in and join us. That's at 10 o'clock Pacific or 1 a.m. Eastern. The 0-2 pitch, and again, Ashby does the inside move, and again, Morel gets back to second base. So no balls and 2 strikes to Contreras. As he digs back in, Ashby checks the runner at second. Morel jockeying with him. And now he delivers. It's a breaking ball swung on and fouled away. It's just in front of the third base dugout, and that keeps the count at 0-2. So no balls and 2 strikes. This is the only game going on in the big leagues this afternoon. Everything else are later starts. So the runner at second is Morel. The runner at first is Madrigal. No balls and 2 strikes here to Contreras. And again, Ashby throws down to second base this time, and diving back in time is base runner Morel. Colton Wong had applied the tag. Craig Counsell probably looking through his bullpen to see what he's going to have to use, because I don't think Aaron Ashby's going to be around long in this one. And here comes the pitch. There's a fastball that misses down, and it squirts away from the catcher, Caratini. It's going to be a wild pitch. It's going to be the second wild pitch of the ball game. It's going to advance Morel over to third. It's going to advance Madrigal to second. It's going to make the count now at 1 ball and 2 strikes to Contreras. So not a great afternoon for the command of Aaron Ashby. He's having his challenges here. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. Caratini is working the electronic piece. Now Ashby is getting his signal, but Contreras figures he's taken too long, and he steps out of the box. So they're going to reset and do it again. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. The infield is in for the Brewers. And here's the pitch to Contreras. It's a fastball swung on. It is lifted into deep center field. It's going to be deep enough to get the run in. Moving over and making the catch is Taylor. Tagging at third and heading home and scoring is going to be Morel. Tagging at second and advancing to third is Madrigal. It's going to go down as a sacrifice fly to 8 RBI for Contreras, and the Cubs have extended their lead to 4-1. So Contreras is gone for out number 2, and that is going to bring up the third baseman, Patrick Wisdom. So 4-2 scoreline. Our friend Crimestein says he's very sad. Yeah, well, something is going to have to happen here to cool off the bats. So here comes the first pitch from Ashby. It's a fastball swung on, and it's fouled away over on the first base side. The count is 0-1. But I just somehow don't see this game necessarily ending up with a 4-2 scoreline. I think there's more runs, especially for Milwaukee. There's a lot more runs on the table for both of these teams today. So here comes the 0-1 pitch. As Ashby kicks and delivers, it's a breaking ball that misses down, and the count is 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike. Cubs are playing better than 500 ball this month. It's the only month that they have seen the mark above that. They're 9-7 in the month of August. So here's the 1-1 pitch. It's a fastball that is swung on and missed, and the count is now 1-2. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. Seiya Suzuki waits his turn on deck to Patrick Wisdom can keep the conga line moving here. So 1 ball and 2 strikes to Wisdom. The lefty Ashby delivers. It's a fastball that misses down, and the count is 2-2. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. It's a great day for baseball at Wrigley Field. It's always a great day for baseball, and the weather is absolutely beautiful. Perfect conditions for ball. And here comes the offering. It's a breaking ball, swung on it, missed. And Wisdom has gone down on strikes for the second time today, and that is the 3rd out of the inning. Well, not before the Cubs add to their lead. They got a run in the inning on 2 hits. There were no errors and 1 runner left aboard. We are now through 2 complete innings. It is the Cubs 4 and the Brewers 2. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back with the call just a couple moments after this. We appreciate you guys joining us for afternoon baseball from Wrigley Field in Chicago. Here's our friend Steve again.
Domo arigato. Sorry if I mispronounced that. I'm new at this. Thank you for watching Last Raps Baseball. Tell all your friends and family to come check him out, ask some questions during the telecast, and give him a good sub and a thumbs up. And this is Steve coming back at you, and some new things on my channel. Star Wars figures that everybody likes. We have Mad magazines from the 1970s. We try to avoid the Noid. And for your pleasure, once in a while, we can open up Michael Jackson if you want, the cards. We have Elvis. We have Sadahar O. We love everything that is everything, so we even have the Beatles fighting with lightsabers. Look at that, John and George. Once in a while, we'll even have my brother take over my channel on a Tuesday. So once again, everybody tell your friends, come see Freddie at Last Raps Baseball. And right now, I'm going to kick it right back to you, Freddie.
Appreciate you, Steve, and your support of the channel. And in turn, we support Steve Rademacher. Check him out after the game. We'll be back in 30 seconds with the call after this. Delivered to Willie Adames. My count is 1. Adames, Tellez, and McCutcheon to face the right-hander Thompson. And there's a fastball swung on it. Is grounded over to third. Fielded neatly by the third baseman Wisdom, who throws to first. And that is going to retire Adames on a ground out 5-3. So just like that, 1 up and 1 away. And that will bring up the first baseman, Rowdy Tellez. For Tellez, he is 0 for 1 today. He popped out to the pitcher his first time up. Was in foul territory. A really nice athletic play by Keegan Thompson. Have to get off the mound to race into foul territory to make the catch. As they had the shift on for Tellez with Patrick Wisdom playing almost as a really close to the shortstop, really close to the bag at second base as if he was a shortstop. There's a fastball that misses inside. The count is 1-0 to Tellez. Tellez batting .237 on the year. He's got those 27 homers and 72 runs batted in. There's a fastball taken for a called strike. The count is 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike to Tellez. Thompson has settled down a little bit now. He's retired 5 straight Brewers. There's a fastball swung on. This is lifted into deep center field, drifting back on the warning track. And this one's going to sail into the stands. Straightaway center field home run for Rowdy Tellez. As we said, the wind is blowing straight out to center field, and that ball was lifted right up in the air. And that is going to be gone. That's another home run for Tellez and another home run in the game for the Brewers. That's going to cut the lead to 4-3. As Tellez rounds the bases, as we said, the swing itself, that looked like it was just a routine fly ball. Drifting back on it was the center fielder Velasquez. He just kept drifting and drifting and drifting, and he finally ran out of room. And here's the first pitch to the right-handed hitting Andrew McCutchen. It misses outside for ball one. Well, McCutchen was a benefit of that in his first at bat. He had a 2-run homer to put the Brewers up on top in the first inning. There's a fastball that misses down, and the count is now 2-0. So 2 balls and no strikes to McCutchen. As I said before, I just have a feeling in this ball game today, they're going to see a few more of these. There's going to be lots of fireworks at Wrigley. There's a fastball that misses down, and the count is now 3-0. So 3 balls and no strikes to Kutch. Kutchen has really been a stabilizing factor for the Brewers. When you think about Lorenzo Cain having to been released this year, there's a fastball that misses down and away, and that's going to be ball 4. As McCutchen is aboard with a walk, and that's going to bring up the right fielder Hunter Renfroe. Lorenzo Cain, who was in the twilight of his career, really fell off fast. They'd moved Jackie Bradley to the Red Sox in return for Hunter Renfroe. So Renfroe has given them decent numbers this year. As he comes to the plate, he is 1 for 1 today. He had a single his first time up. He hit it right through the shift. So here comes the first offering. It is a fastball swung on. This ball is belted to deep left field. And this ball's got legs. And this ball is gone about 15 rows up into the seats. A 2-run shot for Hunter Renfroe, the 3rd homer of the game for the Brewers. And now the Brewers have taken a 5-4 lead over the Cubs in Chicago. This game here is going to be an ugly one. If you are there, our poor friend Crimestein here earlier on told us he took the under in this one. The under is about to be blown up in the 3rd inning. So Hunter Renfroe on the year hits number 22. Well, the thing is the Cubs fans are going to be working their arms today, throwing a lot of balls back. It's already number 3 in the stands. As there's a first pitch fastball taken for a called strike, and the count is 0-1 to Colton Wong. Wong today walked his first time up. And here's the offering from Thompson. It's a breaking ball that misses down, and the count is 2-1. I think if you're both of these managers, you're just hoping you can get these guys to eat up some innings and try to limit the damage, because the game is going to be won with the bats today. There's a fastball swung on it. His line just past the head of the pitcher, up the middle into center field, past the diving Nick Madrigal. And that is going to put Colton Wong aboard for the 2nd time today. That's going to bring up the 3rd baseman, Luis Arias. They flashed a stat on Keegan Thompson. They said in his first 81 1/3 innings, he allowed 7 home runs, and in his last 21 2/3, he's allowed 8. Well, it's what happens sometimes. You get a little bit too predictable, and players are studying you, and you got to be right on the money. You got to be able to have command of your pitches. There's a first pitch breaking ball that's fouled away at the plate. Count is 0-1 to Arias. There's still 1 out here as the leadoff ground out. And now we've got the manager, David Ross, coming out of the bullpen. I don't know what the question is about. To me, it looked like a foul ball. So Jerry Lane and Brennan Miller and the 3rd base umpire, Hunter Wendelstadt, all getting together. We'll take a look at this one again. Arias had fouled that one off clearly, and it had bounced on the ground, and it came up and it hit the home plate umpire. I'm not sure what the pitcher Keegan Thompson was upset about. We're waiting on an explanation here as the umpires had got together. Now Craig Counsell has come out of the dugout. So Counsell's getting an explanation. Contreras and Arias. So we'll watch that one again. Maybe they didn't think he fouled it off. We got the first look at it from front on, and it looked like as if the pitch was fouled away. And certainly, in my opinion, it did. It looked like it changed directions. when it hit, looked like it hit the bat, and then it took a little bit different route there. Well, it is no balls and one strike after all the discussions have been completed. That's the way it's going to stand here. So, no, check that. They've changed it to 1 ball and no strikes. I don't know what we have. We've got 2 different counts, so we'll have to get the official one here in just a moment. One of them says 1 ball, no strikes. The other says no balls and 1 strike. As Thompson throws over to first base. I'll just have to wait that one out. So Thompson holds set at the belt. And he throws over to first base, and diving back in time is the runner Wong. As mentioned, we will be back on the airwaves later tonight with the Japanese stuff. We're going to be doing the NPB game between the Giants and the Hanshin Tigers. There's a fastball that just misses outside. And again, I've got 2 different counts. I've got 1 ball and 1 strike. I've got 2 balls and no strikes. So depending on which one you're looking at, we haven't got the umpire to flash the signs yet. So here comes the pitch. It is a fastball that misses upstairs. Is that going to run the count now to 2-1? Or are we at 3-0? Council's flashing these signs, and we'll see what we've got here. Here comes the offering to Urias. As he kicks and delivers, it is a breaking ball swung on and missed. And we'll find out if that's now 2-2. As I say, it's different scoreboards have got different pitch counts, and the umpire, we haven't seen him flash anything yet. Urias digs himself back in. Runner at first is Colton Wong. He gets his lead. This is going to be the 51st pitch of the ball game by Thompson. He kicks and delivers. It's a breaking ball that misses down and away. Well, that answers our question. The count is now 3-2, so we know which scoreboard to be looking at, which is correct. Otherwise, it would have been ball 4. So 3 balls and 2 strikes. Right-hander Thompson holds set. Now he kicks and delivers. It is a breaking ball that is swung on and fouled away. Count remains at 3-2. Urias has himself 13 homers on the year this year. He's been a supplier of power, maybe an unexpected supplier of power for the Milwaukee Brewers, getting a chance to play at third base. He was acquired in a trade a couple of years ago with the San Diego Padres. There's a fastball that is swung on and fouled away, and the count remains at 3-2. He pounded out 23 homers last year, getting a chance to play every day for the Brewers. Also knocked in 75 runs. He was originally a shortstop, but became expendable in San Diego with Fernando Tatis Jr. playing over there. And then since he's come to the Brewers, they've had him play a little shortstop, and then they moved him over to third base. And here comes the pitch. It is a breaking ball swung on. It is lifted into center field. Moving over underneath it is Velasquez. He's going to make the catch. That's going to retire Urias for the second out of the inning. He's going to bring up the catcher, Victor Caratini. Well, for Caratini, he's 0 for 1 tonight. Caratini has seen his average dip to 218. The switch hitting catcher is going to be facing the right-handed throwing Thompson from the left side. Digs in, ready to go. As he's waiting on the offering here from the righty Thompson. He kicks and delivers. It is a fastball taken for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. Caratini began his big league career with the Cubs back in 2017. He was there for 4 seasons, and then he made his way to San Diego with Yu Darvish. As one time they thought he was Yu's personal catcher, or at least it seemed like that. So no balls and 1 strike, and here's the offering. It is a breaking ball waved at and missed, and the count now goes to 0-2 on Caratini. 5-4, the Brewers lead it here in the top of the third inning. It was a home run by Tellez with 1 out, and then a 2-run homer by Hunter Renfroe that have propelled the Brewers back out in front. in this early seesaw affair. Great crowd at Wrigley Field today for some afternoon baseball on Friday. So no balls and 2 strikes to Caratini. Thompson holds set. Now he kicks and delivers. It's a breaking ball that misses down, and the count is now 1-2. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. Our friend Nitro in here says, almost 1,000 subs. Yeah, we're getting there. Appreciate it. Steve Rademacher says the home run barrage. And there is a changeup that catches the outside corner, and that is going to retire Caratini on strikes for the 3rd out of the inning. But there were 2 homers in the inning. The blast by Tellez and the 2-run shot by Renfroe. 3 runs in the inning on 3 hits. There were no errors and 1 runner left aboard. We are now through 2.5. It is the Brewers 5 and the Cubs 4. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back in just a couple moments. Appreciate you guys for being here with us. Hang tight. We'll be right back after this from our friend, Steve Rademacher. Be sure after the game to go check him out and let him know Last Drafts Baseball sent you.
Hello, guys. Steve Rademacher coming at you. I'm having my 500 subscriber giveaway if we get there by the end of this year. That's my name and my channel, Steve Rademacher. All you have to do is be publicly subscribed, and then you can enter to win once we hit the magic number, either an unopened, still sealed box of Star Trek official trading cards, Next Generation and Original Series. If that's not your cup of tea, we have Fleer Adrenaline with a Deer Dick rookie card. I have pulled out an autograph from one of these, and there are relics. If that's not your thing, how about an unopened box of 1987 Donruss Baseball? Just come watch me, subscribe, and enjoy the show. Thank you.
Appreciate you, Steve, and your support of the channel. And in turn, we support Steve Rademacher. We'll be back in just a few minutes. We do have fireworks from Wrigley, as there has been 4 homers in this game in total. Hang tight. We'll be right back with the call after this. Welcome back, everybody. It's going to be the heart of the batting order coming up for the Cubs here in the bottom of the 3rd inning. That means Seiya Suzuki, Franmil Reyes, and Ian Happ to face the left-hander Aaron Ashby. Ashby has struggled in his first couple innings of work as he's allowed 4 runs through the first 2. Suzuki steps to the plate. He's 1 for 1 today. He doubled home a run his first time up and then later came around to score. First pitch is a breaking ball that misses inside, or that's taken inside for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. Got ahead of myself there. I have to watch Brendan Miller a little bit. Some of the balls and strikes today have been a little bit different. It's a fastball that misses upstairs, and the count is 1-1. But he has been consistent. Some of the pitches look like they're a bit out of the zone, but he's been consistent in calling them. There's a breaking ball swung at and fouled away. The count is now 1-2. Jump the gun a little bit sometimes. Here comes the 1-2 pitch. And our friend Juan is out here again today. Thanks for coming back, Juan. There's a breaking ball swung on. It's grounded over to short. Adames fields it. He fires to first, and he's able to retire the speedy Suzuki on a ground out 6-3 for the first out of the inning. And that is going to bring up the designated hitter, Franmil Reyes. Well, for Reyes today, he has continued his hot hitting with the Chicago Cubs. He tripled home a run his first time up and also scored. But he has been absolutely on fire since being Cleveland Guardians scrap heap, 14 for 35 since donning a Cubs uniform. This park may be built for Franmil Reyes. I can only imagine if he could put it together like he had it a couple of years ago. There's a fastball that misses inside for ball 1, and the count is 1-0. In 2021, he hit 30 homers and drove in 85 runs for the Guardians. And there's a fastball that misses up and in for ball two, and the count is 2-0. And I know he was off to a tragic start in Cleveland this year, hitting .213 and low in his power numbers, everything. There's a fastball swung on and fouled away. And the count is now 2-1. I just got a message, and I didn't follow up on this earlier today, but looks like Marcell Ozuna of the Atlanta Braves was charged with a DUI yesterday. There's a fastball that is swung on and missed. The count is now 2-2. In news from around the league, I'm kind of curious on how he's going to get himself out of this one. Last year, obviously, the suspension for the domestic issue, and then now this year, a DUI incident. There's a breaking ball that is waved at and missed, and Reyes is down on strikes for the second out of the inning. So 2 up and 2 away. That's going to leave it all up to the switch hitting Ian Happ. Well, Happ strides to the plate. He is 1 for 1 today. He's got a single and an RBI. He's raised his season average up to 282. They're talking in the last at bat. They were saying that he's got another year of team control, but they're looking to extend him beyond. It's the type of player that the Cubs want. There's a breaking ball swung on it. It's grounded over to third, fielded by Urias. He spins and throws over to first, but it's not going to be in time. He had to go into the 6 hole to get it. He spun 360 degrees, and he's not able to retire the runner at first. They want to have a look at it through the Brewers. I don't think there's anything to look at. I don't think the ball was in time. That's going to be the second hit for Ian Happ. We'll watch it again on the replay. Maybe they might have. Yeah, as long as he kept his foot on the base. This may end the inning. I think the Brewers are going to challenge this one. As we're looking at it here, the only question will be is, did Rowdy Tellez keep his foot on the bag? The Brewers are going to challenge, but the throw was in time. So while we have this throw, while we're waiting on this, let's talk a little bit more about what we have coming up on the channel in the next little bit. We don't have any major league games slated for tomorrow or Sunday, although that is subject to change on our schedule. We are going to be calling the NPB action tonight and tomorrow evening. We are also going to be doing the Dodgers and the Brewers on Monday evening. Then a couple of midweek Japanese games Tuesday and Wednesday evening as the Hokkaido Nippon Ham Fighters and the Saitama Cebu Lions get together. It'll be at 10 p.m. Pacific time, first pitch. So we appreciate you guys. If you want to stop in and listen to some late night baseball, we always have an entertaining crowd in the Japanese affair. Usually get ourselves a good solid crowd in those games, especially during the week. So after review, here comes the call. Jerry Lane has gone up with the right hand. It is going to be a ground out 5-3, and that is going to do it here in the third inning for the Cubs. They go in order. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left the board. We are now through 3 complete. It is the Brewers 5, the Cubs 4. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back in just a couple moments with all the action after this. It's our friend Matt Hollis. Check him out after the game.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Namaste. Hey, I hope you guys have been enjoying the game. My name is Hollis. I've got a YouTube channel called Another Hollis Build. I love baseball cards. I open up brand new product for you guys. I open up old stuff. I do breaks. I do auctions. All kinds of stuff concerning baseball. I'm Friars faithful, Padres to the end. I also love Garbage Pail Kids and my animals. I have a ton of animals. It's like a mini petting zoo here around my house. I also love my city. San Diego, baby. I'll take you all around the city and show you what's up. If you guys dig stuff like that, cruise on over and check it out. It's Another Hollis Build. If you dig it, subscribe. I'd really appreciate to have more follow me along on the journey. Hey, either way, you guys have a wonderful day or a beautiful, beautiful evening. No matter which one it is, make sure that you make it great, my friends. Big up Last Raps Baseball. Yeah, Freddie, let's go. One love and peace. Yeah, man.
Welcome back, everybody. We're about to begin the top of the fourth inning. It's going to be Tyrone Taylor and then Christian Yelich and Willie Adames. That means the 9-1-2 hitters in the batting order come to bat to face the right-hander Keegan Thompson, who is back out for his fourth inning of work. And here we're ready to get this one going as Thompson rocks into the motion and delivers a breaking ball that swung on and missed. The count is 0-1. For Taylor today, he is 0 for 1. He struck out his first time up. His average is 221 on the year. He's got 12 homers and 40 RBIs. And here's the offering. It is a breaking ball that misses inside. The count is now 1-1. Brewers trying to figure out their center fielding position. Not sure if Taylor is the man to do it, but he is getting the run out right now. They're going to get a long look at him. As there's the breaking ball that misses outside, and the count is 2-1. Obviously, Lorenzo Cain was in the mix. Jackie Bradley Jr. last year was shipped off. They also have Esteury Ruiz, who they acquired in a trade from San Diego in that deal that they made later. He's down in AAA. Here comes the 2-1 pitch. There's a fastball that's taken for a called strike, and the count goes to 2-2. They also had Jonathan Davis getting a run out in center field. And look at it, I don't know who the number one option would be, but it looks like the Brewers are leaning towards Taylor right now. Here's the pitch. It is a fastball that misses down and away, and the count is 3-2. Taylor was originally a second-round pick of the Brewers back in the 2012 draft. It seemed to take him forever to get to the big leagues. He stands at 6 foot, 194 pounds. There's a breaking ball swung on and missed. Taylor has gone down on strikes for the second time today. He's out for the first out of the inning. It's going to bring up the top of the order in Christian Yelich. Just to finish off with Taylor, he is under team control until the 2026 season. So knowing the Brewers and how they're cost conscious, Taylor may fit into their plans, at least for the next couple of years. There's a fastball that swung on and missed. The count is quickly 0-1 to Yelich. Yelich today is 1 for 2. He singled and scored a run his first time up, and he grounded out to third as last time. He's raised his season average to 251. Waits on the offering here from Thompson, who delivers a breaking ball that misses down, and the count is 1-1. 1 ball and 1 strike to Yelich. Willie Adames waits his turn on deck, and here's the pitch. It's a fastball swung on it. It's tapped slowly over to first. It is fielded by Higgins. He flips it over to the pitcher covering, and that is going to retire Yelich on a ground out 3-1 for the second out of the inning. That is going to bring up the shortstop, Willie Adames. So for Adames, he is 0 for 2. He has flown to center and grounded to third his 2 trips to the plate. He bats from the right side against the right-handed throwing Thompson, who delivers a breaking ball that misses down for ball 1, and the count is 1-0. So 1 ball and no strikes. Adames wastes no time. He digs in, ready for the offering here from Thompson. Rocks into the windup and delivers. It's a breaking ball missing down and away, and the count now goes to 2-0. So 2 balls and no strikes. There's not a lot of empty seats today at Wrigley. Just in the upper decks down the lines, you can find some space as there's a breaking ball that misses down and away, and the count's 3-0. If you ever get an opportunity to go to Wrigley Field, it's one of the great national treasures that is left in the United States, that and Fenway Park. Are there better ballparks around? Maybe. Nothing like the historic Wrigley Field. There's a fastball that misses outside, and Willie Adames is going to get aboard with a 1-out walk, and that's going to bring up Rowdy Tellez. I think of some of the old ballparks that are no longer with us, Tiger Stadium in Detroit. It's been 20 years since then, and we've got David Ross making his way out to the mound, and he's already calling for a right-hander, so it looks like we're going to the bullpen early, and we're going to get ourselves a pitching change here as he has seen enough. With 2 out here in the 4th inning, they are taking the ball from Thompson, and that is going to be the end of the afternoon for him. So hang tight, everybody. We got ourselves a pitching change. We'll come back in just a couple moments after this. We are in the top of the 4th inning. The Cubs are already making their way to the bullpen. We'll be right back after this.
Hey guys, while the manager's searching for a relief pitcher, let me help you with some relief channels. On top of mine and Freddy's, you can always check out Redbeard Breaks, Zero Fox Sports. You know another Hollis build, check them out again. Maybe Beast and Beauty Breaks, or even Dab's Family. Oh, looks like they have their picture, so after the game, check out some other videos by Freddy. They're fun, they're cool. Enjoy the game, peace out, and cheers!
Let's go. Yo, I'm like an addict, do I gotta have it. I ain't even playing, got a really bad habit. If it moves, gotta grab it, fuse like a magnet. Lose, won't have it till I'm doomed in a casket. I ain't playing, got a weird mind. If you work 8 hours, I'ma work 9. If the shit tastes sour, you should taste mine. I'ma stay in power for a long time. Get up, nah, I ain't a quitter. Toss me the ball, I'm a really big hitter. Big picture, I'm a straight killer. Rising the song to the highest bidder. Got juice, got gas, I'ma move fast. New shoes, new tracks, like who's that? I'm new, come back, better than last. Yeah, it's a new me, never been.
Welcome back, everybody. We have a pitching change in Chicago. The Cubs are going to the bullpen, and we are going to see a reliever in the name of Kervin Castro as he is taking on in relief. So Castro, the former pitcher with the San Francisco Giant organization, is going to be making his 4th appearance for the Cubs. He has appeared. He's pitched 4 innings. He's allowed 5 hits, 3 runs, all of which have been earned. He has walked 2 and struck out 1. That is with his time with the Cubs. On the season, he has got a 12.71 ERA in 5 2/3 innings over 5 games between the two ball clubs. So he is going to be coming in here and probably have to eat some innings up. So he's going to be facing Rowdy Tellez with a runner at first and 2 gone. So Kervin Castro on in relief. Right-hander comes set. And he throws over to first, and getting back in time is the base runner, Willie Adames. Our friend Steve Rademacher chimes in the chat, and he says there's no formal policy in Major League Baseball for the DUI suspension. And so that is what they've said about Ozuna. There's a breaking ball that misses inside for ball 1, and the count is 1-0. And he cites Miguel Cabrera, Shin-Soo Choo, Danny Duffy, Giovanni Gallardo. And nobody really received the punishment for the Deweys, not like the PEDs. Well, stay tuned on that one. There's a fastball that is taken for an inside on a fastball in the inside corner for a called strike, and the count is 1-1. Tellez 1 for 2 today. He homered his last time up, and he popped out to the pitcher in the first inning. Tellez waiting on the offering here from the righty Castro. Here's the pitch. It is a breaking ball that misses inside, and the count is now 2-1. Our friend Crimestein says he just got back from crying in the afternoon. Well, Crimestein came in at the beginning of the stream and pronounced that this game was going to be the under. I'm pretty convinced he meant the under for the first 5 innings, because if you would have chosen that, you would have been absolutely correct. Here comes the 2-2 pitch. There's a changeup that drops in for, the 2-1 pitch is a changeup that drops in for a called strike, and the count now is 2-2. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. So Castro gets the sign from his catcher, and he's ready to go back to work. And here comes the pitch. It's a breaking ball swung on. It is lined to the first baseman, who makes the play, and he is going to retire Rowdy Tellez. That is going to do it for the 3rd out of the inning. Well, Castro comes in and does his job. He gets the only man he faces. There was no runs in the inning. There were no hits, no errors, and 1 runner left aboard. We are now through 3.5 innings. It is the Milwaukee Brewers 5, the Chicago Cubs 4. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back with the call at the bottom of the 4th inning when we return here in just a couple moments. Appreciate you guys being here with us.
Hey guys, and thank you, Freddie. Steve coming back at you. That's right, Steve Rademacher. I would like to thank each and every one of you that is tuned into my channel. And today, let's do a little shout out for some other great channels you should be watching. There is WVogs18. There's Big D's Sports and Collectibles. all know another Hollis build. Why not like father, like son? That's a great duo that does some great stuff. It shows some great cards. And of course, the one and only Bud Stoney, creators of One of Ones, the creator of One of Ones, and they're all signed on the back. Bud Stoney, One of One, like this beautiful Robin Yount that he made for me. He made me another Robin Yount, this time mini, and a Christian Yelich mini. Great cards, and he does more than cards. We have darts of Hulk Hogan and many other things. So give them a look-see and give me another look-see. Subscribers are always welcome, and back to Freddie.
Appreciate you, Steve, and your support of the channel. And in turn, we support Steve Rademacher after the game. Be sure to go check him out. And he's got all kinds of entertaining stuff. We'll be right back in just a couple moments, everybody, with the call after this. Welcome back, everybody. It is going to be the 7, 8, and 9 hitters in the batting order. Nelson Velasquez already fouled off the first pitch he saw from Ashby, who goes back into the motion and delivers a fastball that misses down, and the count is now 1-1. Velasquez, Higgins, and Morrell here, 7, 8, and 9 in the batting order for the Cubs as they begin the fourth inning. He is 0 for 1 today as he struck out his first time up, and there's a breaking ball swung at and fouled away, and the count is now 1-2. Velasquez gets the nod in center field today. He's got a little bit of pop in the stick. He's got 6 homers on the year and 18 RBIs. As Velasquez is a rookie season with the Cubs, the 23-year-old, originally a 5th-round pick in the 2017 draft out of his native Puerto Rico. Ashby rocks into the motion and delivers. There's a breaking ball that misses down, and the count's now 2 balls and 2 strikes. So Velasquez waggles his bat. And here comes the offering from Ashby, who kicks and delivers. It's a fastball swung on, and it's tapped foul over on the third base side of home plate. That keeps the count at 2-2. I have to say, I do miss not being able to get to Chicago. Chicago used to be a 4.5, 5-hour drive from where I used to live. Love the Windy City. Also love the deep dish pizza. That's the one thing I really enjoy. There's a breaking ball that misses down, and if I had to give out free plugs, there's a place called Eduardo's I went to, and it was great. And then, of course, that's what Gino's East is the other one that we've had. The deep dish pie. If you're not into the deep dish, not into it regular, it's a treat when you go to Chicago. There's a changeup swung on and missed, and Velasquez is down on strikes for the second time today. He's gone for out number 1 here in the 4th inning, and that is going to bring up the first baseman, P.J. Higgins. That is now 6 in a row retired by Aaron Ashby as Higgins steps to the plate. Higgins is batting .270 with the 6 homers and 20 RBIs. He grounded out to the shortstop his first time up. As he waits on the offering here from the lefty Ashby, it's a fastball that misses upstairs for ball 1, and the count is 1-0. So 1 ball and no strikes. Higgins waggles the bat, and here's the pitch from Ashby. It's a breaking ball that drops in for a called strike, and the count is now 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike. Lefty Ashby goes to work again. There's a breaking ball swung on it. Is grounded foul over on the third base side. The count now goes to 1-2 on Higgins. As we said, it's almost perfect conditions for baseball in Wrigley today. If you like that kind of weather in the Midwest, it's 80 was 83 degrees at first pitch. There's a fastball that misses upstairs. The count is now 2-2. Wrigley faithful are basking in the sun today. Here's the 2-2 pitch. There's a fastball taken for a called third strike. Higgins stood there like the house by the side of the road and watched it go by for out number 2, and that is going to bring up the shortstop, Christopher Morel. So 2 up and 2 away via the strikeout. That is now 6 in the books for Aaron Ashby as Morel steps to the plate. Well, for Morel today, he is 1 for 1. He singled and scored a run his first time up. He's pulled his average up to 255. He's hitting in the 9-hole today. We've seen the Cubs a few times this year where he's hit leadoff. The first pitch is a fastball that misses down for ball 1, and the count is 1-0. One would have to think that the Brewers will probably squeeze another inning out of Ashby. He's at 72 pitches. And then he pitches a breaking ball that drops in for a called strike, and the count is 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike. Here's the offering. It is a fastball that misses outside, and the count now goes to 2-1. So 2 balls and 1 strike to the Cubs center fielder. Ashby gets the sign from Caratini. He rocks into the delivery. There's the pitch. It is a breaking ball swung on. It's grounded to third. Arias fields it. He fires across the diamond. And that is going to retire Morel on a ground out, 5-3. And the Cubs go in order again. That is 8 in a row now retired by Ashby. No runs, no hits, no errors. Nobody left the board here in the 4th inning. We're now through 4 complete in Chicago. It is a 5-4 Milwaukee lead. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back in just a couple moments after this. From our friend Dave.
Hey everybody, thanks for checking out the game and Last Raps Baseball. This is Dave, Zero Thought Sports Card. If you like pack openings, baseball, all that good stuff, check us out. Drop a comment on our channel this month to win a mystery pack of cards. All you gotta do is say Last Rap sent you to be entered. And we'll drop a video later on this month announcing the winner. Enjoy the game.
That's right, everybody. After the game, be sure to check out Zero Fox Sports and the Game Changer Lounge. Dave has got himself all kinds of stuff that he puts out regular, and he is a big supporter of ours, and we support him. So check him out after the game. We'll be right back in 45 seconds with the call, top of the 5th inning. Welcome back, everybody. It's going to be the heart of the Milwaukee batting order coming up here in the top of the 5th inning. That means Andrew McCutchen, Hunter Renfroe, and Colton Wong, the 4, 5, and 6 hitters in the batting order. It is going to be ready to face the reliever as Kervin Castro is back in to begin his 2nd inning of work. He retired the only batter he faced in the 4th inning as he's come on in relief of Keegan Thompson. And the first pitch to McCutchen is a 93-mile-an-hour fastball right down the middle for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. McCutchen today is 1 for 1. He had homered and drove in a couple of runs his first time up, and he walked and scored a run his last time. He's been on base twice as that fastball misses up and in for a ball, and the count is 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike to McCutchen. As McCutchen holds the bat, and he down by his chest, waiting on the offering from Castro. It's a fastball swung on it, missed. The count now goes to 1-2. McCutchen has been a godsend in some ways for the Brewers. He's come in and played very steady baseball. A lot of question marks about why they signed him. There's a fastball swung on it. It's popped up over on the right side. Moving over underneath it is the second baseman, Madrigal. He's going to make the catch. And that is going to retire McCutcheon for the first out of the inning. So 1 up and 1 away, and that is going to bring up the right fielder, Hunter Renfroe. Well, Hunter Renfroe's got in on the action today. He is 2 for 2. He's got a single, a home run, and he's knocked in a couple. He's raised his season average up to 251. This would be another park that would be built for Hunter Renfroe, in my opinion, if he played there regular. There's a breaking ball swung on it. It's grounded over to short. It's bobbled by Morel. He picks it up. He throws to first. And that is going to retire Renfroe on a ground out 6-3. So 2 up and 2 away, and that's going to leave it all up to the second baseman, Colton Wong. So Colton Wong, 1 for 1 today. He's singled and he's walked. He's been on base twice. But that was, of course, against the starter, Keegan Thompson. So he steps in here ready to face the first offering from the righty Castro. And here's the pitch. It is a fastball taken for a called strike, and the count is quickly 0-1. Curious to see how long that David Ross is going to ride the Castro train if he brings him back out for the 6th inning. Trying to eat up some innings here for the Cubs. And here's the pitch. It is a breaking ball swung on. This ball is lifted into right field. Moving over on it is Suzuki. He's got room, and he's going to make the catch. And that is going to do it as the Brewers go in order here in the 5th inning. There were no runs in the inning. There were no hits, no errors, and nobody left aboard. We are now through 4.5 innings. It is the Milwaukee Brewers 5 and the Chicago Cubs 4. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back in just a couple moments after this when we return from, again, our friend Steve Rademacher.
Hello, kids. Steve coming at you. It's Steve Rademacher. And if you like interesting stuff, if you like to laugh a little bit, and if you enjoy collecting, this channel's for you. If you like non-sport cards, we have them. You like pseudo-sport cards, we open them. Even if you like entire boxes of completely pointless stuff or other sports, we have everything here. I drop a different video every day, and there's always a theme to it, from No Filter Friday to Saturday morning cartoons, even Sunday shoutouts. Once in a while, we'll get a little froggy and show Money Money Monday, where I showcase a bunch of my currency. We have Legos, we have Star Wars, we have a good time. We even have my brother on Takeover Tuesday. Be there or be square. Back to Freddy.
Appreciate you there, Steve, and the support you give to our channel. We'll be back in just a moment after this, as we're going to call the bottom of the 5th inning. Hang tight, everybody. Welcome back, everybody. We are moving to the bottom of the 5th inning. It is going to be Nick Madrigal, Wilson Contreras, and Patrick Wisdom, the top of the order, to come to bat. As it is Aaron Ashby, who has retired 8 Cubs in a row. Madrigal was the last Cub to reach base, as he had singled with in the 2nd inning. And there's a first pitch breaking ball that misses upstairs for ball 1, and the count is 1-0. On the season, Madrigal he ripped his average up to 247. As here's the offering. He squares the bunt, and it's a fastball that misses inside, and the count is now 2-0. Nick Madrigal was originally a first-round draft at Oregon State University, Chicago White Sox, 4th overall in the draft. As here comes the offering from the lefty Ashby. It's a fastball taken for a called strike, and the count is now 2-1. He was traded along with Cody Hoyer to the Cubs in exchange for Craig Kimbrell. When you think about it, that's not a bad rental. You get the 4th overall player in the draft for a closer who is in the twilight of his career. He's not even with the White Sox anymore. And there's a fastball lined past the diving shortstop into left center field, and Madrigal is aboard with a base hit. It's going to be his third hit of the ball game. That is what Madrigal is known for. He's a bit of a pea shooter and a fire starter, and this is going to be a big piece for the Cubs. If he can continue this type of hitting at the top of the order, 3 times he has been on base today. Really, Adames not happy with the fact that ball just got by him. Madrigal has struggled a little bit to get things going in Chicago with the Cubs this year, as he did have himself just over 300 at bats in a White Sox jersey, and the White Sox, he had 317 over the parts of 2 seasons. There's a fastball taken for a called strike by Wilson Contreras, and the count is 0-1. Contreras today is officially 0 for 1. He grounded this short his first time up. He had a sac fly and knocked the run in back in the second inning. So no balls and 1 strike to Contreras. The lefty Ashby delivers a breaking ball that's tapped foul over on the third base side. The count now goes to 0-2. So no balls and 2 strikes. Ashby ready to go back to work. He gets onto the rubber. He leans in and gets his sign from his catcher Caratini. He checks the runner Madrigal over at first as he holds set at the belt. Now he kicks and delivers. It's a breaking ball that misses down, and the count is 1-2. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. So 1 ball and 2 strikes to Contreras. He bats here with the leadoff hitter Madrigal, who got himself a single at first. 82 pitches so far for Ashby as he sets at the belt. He checks the runner, and now he throws over to first base, and getting back in time is the base runner Madrigal. Curious to see what kind of move Ashby has. I wouldn't call it the A move there, but it didn't look like it was maybe something better than we would see. I haven't seen a lot of great moves. And here comes the 0-1 pitch. The 1-2 pitch. It is a fastball swung on, his grounded to second. The only play is going to be to first, and that is going to retire Contreras as the speedy Madrigal makes his way over to second base. So Madrigal advances on the ground out 4-3. The second baseman for the Brewers, Colton Wong, had to range into the 4-hole, and the only play he had was to get Contreras at first, and that is going to be 1 out here, and that brings up Patrick Wisdom. Well, for Wisdom today, he is 0 for 2. He has struck out both of his times up. As we mentioned at the outside, he leads the majors in strikeouts. He entered today's frame with 153, which is his numbers from last. The difference is he's got about 50 more at bats. There's a fastball swung on. This ball is belted to deep center field. Moving back on the track is Taylor. He looks up, and this one is gone. A 2-run homer by Patrick Wisdom, and this has leapfrogged the Cubs back out in front as they have now taken the lead 6-5. So Patrick Wisdom with his 22nd homer of the year. That's what you get with Wisdom. You get balls that fly into the seats, or you get a lot of swing and misses. And when he does connect, the ball can go. That is now going to put the Cubs in front 6-5. And that will bring up the right fielder, Seiya Suzuki. Well, for Suzuki today, he's got a double and an RBI. He's also scored a run, and he's grounded out to short. So 1 for 2. As the first pitch is a fastball swung on and fouled away, and the count is quickly 0-1 to Suzuki. And as Ashby goes back to work, he delivers a breaking ball, and that's taken for a call strike, and Suzuki is now in the hole at 0-2. So no balls and 2 strikes. Well, that got the Wrigley fans out of their seats. As the home runs continue, there's a fastball taken for a called third strike. And Suzuki is down on strikes for the second out of the inning. That's going to leave it up to the designated hitter, Franmil Reyes. Well, for Reyes, he is 1 for 2 today. He's tripled home a run his first time up, and he scored a run, and he's struck out On the season, he's hitting .234. As here's the first pitch from Ashby's, a fastball that misses outside for ball one, and the count is 1-0. So 6-5 Cubs over the Brewers. Our friend Arizona Cardinals, who was in here earlier, took the over, and he's happy about that. There's a fastball swung on it, is fouled off Reyes as it makes its way over to third base. It's going to be 1 ball and 1 strike. As he doubles himself over in pain. He does wear a shin guard on the left foot, but it doesn't cover the foot area or the toe area. It covers up more around the ankle and the top part of the foot. So he's hopping around there. He's doing a little Texas two-step. He's in a little bit of pain. So the trainer has come out to check on him here as he's doubled over at his waist, as has the manager, David Ross. He's pointing right to the tip of his toe. Yeah, absolutely, Franmil. That's where you got it and where you don't have the protection. So it looks like he nods that he's going to be okay. He's going to walk it off a little bit. It certainly gives you a lot of pain, that's for sure. So he's going to carry on with 1 ball and 1 strike. There's 2 gone here in the 5th inning, as he and Victor Caratini are exchanging some pleasantries, and Reyes taps on the foot where he got hit with the ball. So here comes the pitch. As Ashby ready to go again. He rocks into the motion. He kicks and delivers. It's a fastball swung on and fouled away. The count remains at 1-2 to Reyes. Reyes has the 2nd longest hitting streak right now in the National League, only behind Manny Machado, and there's a breaking ball taken for a called 3rd strike. Reyes stood there like the house by the side of the road and watched that one go by, as he's gone for out number 3 here in the 5th inning. Well, there's damage and more of it done. The Cubs got 2 runs in the inning on 2 hits. It was the 2-run blast by Patrick Wisdom that put them back out in front. There were no errors and nobody left the board. We are now through 5 complete in Chicago. It is the Cubs 6, the Brewers 5. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back with the call in just a couple moments after this from our friend Steve Rademacher.
Hello, guys. Thank you for joining Freddie here on his baseball game. And I'm Steve Rademacher, and my channel is really all about everybody, including all my international friends. We have such stuff as non-sport packs from Canada, the OP Cheese. We have the Greek Freak. We have money from around the world. We have lira. We have yen. We have francs. We have pounds. We have Deutschmarks. We have all kinds of cool stuff like that. We even have some cooler things like Japanese women wrestlers and OPC baseball cards where I cannot read the back. We even have unopened material like the royal family, I know it's backwards, from London, England. Thank you for watching. Back to Freddie.
Appreciate you there, Steve, and your support you give to the channel. And in turn, we support Steve Rademacher. We'll be back in 30 seconds after this, everybody, with the call of the top of the 6th inning. 6-5 for the Cubs. Welcome back, everybody. It is going to be the 7, 8, and 9 hitters coming to bat for the Milwaukee Brewers in their half of the 6th inning, and it's going to be Kervin Castro still on the mound. The first pitch is a breaking ball delivered to Luis Urias for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. Urias, Caratini, and Taylor to face the right-handed reliever Castro, who's been effective in his 4 batters he's faced, retiring them all. There's a breaking ball that misses down and away, and the count is now 1-1. Castro came on in relief with 2 out and a runner on first in the 4th inning of Keegan Thompson. He was able to get Rowdy Tellez to retire the inning, and then it will be, he got the side in order, 1, 2, 3 in the 5th. There's a breaking ball that misses down, and the count is now 2-1. Castro is now pitching with a lead here in the 6th inning, as the Cubs, on a 2-run homer off the bat of Patrick Wisdom in the bottom of the 5th, have recaptured the lead in this seesaw affair. As a breaking ball that misses down and away, and the count is now 3-1 to Arias. So 3 balls and 1 strike. We mentioned earlier on, we just could get the feeling a sunny day, hot day with the wind blowing out to straightaway center field, that the home runs were going to be on the card here for this one. So here's the 3-1 pitch. It's a fastball that misses upstairs. That's going to be a leadoff walk to Luis Arias. And that is going to bring up Victor Caratini to the plate. So for Caratini, he is 0 for 2. He's grounded to the pitcher, and he's also struck out his 2 trips. That was against the starter Keegan Thompson. So Caratini gets himself up to the dish, ready for the first offering. From the reliever Castro, who kicks and delivers. It's a fastball taken at the knees for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. So no balls and 1 strike. Castro gets his sign from his catcher, but now Caratini has asked for time as he steps out. The switch hitting Caratini, batting from the left side against the right-handed throwing Castro, who holds set. Now he delivers. It's a fastball that misses inside. Castro fires down to first base, and diving back in time is the base runner Arias. Oh boy, did Wilson Contreras really let her go. That fastball took the catcher Contreras inside, and he fires in behind the batter. And Patrick Wisdom applies the tag, but just not quite in time. We're going to look at the replay of that one. And you can see how Arias just barely got his hand back in. There's a breaking ball that's taken for a called strike, and the count is now 1 ball and 2 strikes to Caratini. The catcher Contreras showing off his arm behind the plate. So here comes the 1-2, but instead Castro throws over to first, and diving back in time is Arias. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. Left-handed Caratini, the switch hitter, batting from the left side, digs himself in. And here comes the 1-2. As Castro delivers, it is a fastball swung on, and it is lined just foul down the first base line. Just over the head of Patrick Wisdom, or over the head of the first baseman, P.J. Higgins. So that keeps the count at 1 ball and 2 strikes to Caratini. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. Castro working from the set. He delivers. It's a breaking ball swung on and missed. And Caratini has been retired for the first out of the inning, and that's going to bring up the center fielder, Tyrone Taylor. Well, for Taylor today, he is 0 for 2. He struck out both times up against the starter Thompson. So this is going to be his first time he's going to face the reliever Castro. As Taylor waggles the bat. As the right-hander Castro holds set. And now he kicks and delivers. It's a breaking ball that misses down. They appeal over to Jerry Lane. They say that Taylor didn't go, so that's going to put the count at 1 ball and no strikes. So 1 ball and no strikes to Taylor. Right-hander Castro leans in. He gets the sign. Now he works set. Now he kicks and delivers. It's a breaking ball that is down in the dirt. Nice stop by the catcher Contreras. It's going to run the count to 2-0. But he's not very happy because it hit him in the hand. They're kind of funny. You can see that he's a little bit of discomfort. The catcher is a tough fella. He's going to stick it out. can see he's just gripping at his hand and moving it open and closed. They do have 3 catchers listed on the roster, do the Cubs, as P.J. Higgins is playing first base. The other one is Yan Gomes, who's on the active roster as well. As they throw over to first base and getting back easily in time as the base runner, Arias. So here comes the 2-0 offering to Taylor. As the right-hander Castro works set, he kicks and delivers. It's a fastball swung on. This ball is hit to deep left field. Moving back, and this ball is going to be off the wall. It's played by the left fielder, Happ. He fires it in. Cruising into third base is Arias. Moving into second base is Taylor with a double. The Brewers have something brewing here in the 6th inning as they've got 2 on and 1 out. And that will bring up the top of the order in Christian Yelich. That ball was absolutely scorched. We had to wait on it because just with the wind, the way it's been blowing today, that ball was hit and it hit off the ivy about halfway up. It was fielded really well by the left fielder Happ, who did a good job of the way that he played it off the wall. He took it off the wall and fired it. As the ball was in the direction of third base, it was cut off by the shortstop. But we are going to have a pitching change, as that is going to be it for Kervin Castro. He started off pretty good as he retired the first 4 batters he faced. Then a leadoff walk here in the 6th. After striking out Victor Caratini, Tyrone Taylor hits a double. We are now going to the bullpen yet again in Chicago. Hang tight, everybody. It's a 6-5 ball game. The Brewers are knocking on the door looking for more. Be able to recapture the lead here. We'll be right back after this from our friend Steve.
Hey guys, while the manager's searching for a relief pitcher, let me help you with some relief channels. On top of mine and Freddy's, you can always check out Redbeard Breaks, Zero Fox Sports. You know another Hollis build, check them out again. Maybe Beast and Beauty Breaks, or even Dab's Family. Oh, looks like they have their pitcher, so after the game, check out some other videos by Freddy. They're fun, they're cool. Enjoy the game, peace out, and cheers!
Well, everybody, our friend Arizona Cardinals has come back in to remind everybody, cash that over. That was an easy one today, if that's what you were doing. We do have a pitching change. It is going to be Stephen Breaux. He is going to be making his 7th appearance for the Cubs after being acquired from the Pittsburgh Pirates. He has worked 7 2/3 innings. He's allowed 4 hits, 3 walks. He has struck out 7, and he's got an ERA of 0, but he's coming in a tough situation with runners at second and third. The lefty in relief, and the first pitch he delivers to Christian Yelich is a breaking ball that misses outside for ball 1, and the count is 1-0. So Breaux on in relief with the runners at second and third. Yelich today is 1 for 3. He singled and scored a run his first time up, and he's grounded out 2 other times after that. And here's the pitch. It is a fastball taken to the knees for a called strike, and the count is now 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike to Yelich. The lefty Breaux, well, he was signed with the Cubs in the offseason as he was elected free agency, as there's a fastball swung on it. It's grounded over to second. It is fielded neatly by the second baseman Madrigal, but he's going to throw to first. And that is going to be an RBI ground out. It goes as a ground out 4-3. Yelich gets an RBI. That's going to tie the ball game back up. Arias is going to score, and Taylor is going to advance himself over to third. So now there is 2 away, and that is going to bring up the shortstop, Willy Adames. Just talking a little bit about Breaux. Originally, Breaux was signed or drafted in the 11th round by the Baltimore Orioles way back in 2013. And he was sent to the Pirates in a trade as there's a breaking ball that misses down and into Adames, and the count is 1-0. He was he was the player to be named later in a deal. Baltimore Orioles had sent Stephen Tarpley to the Pirates for Travis Schneider. And he ended up getting granted free agency at the end of the 2021 season and signed with the Cubs at the end of spring training. And here's the 1-0 pitch. And there's a breaking ball swung on, and it's tap foul behind home plate. The count is 1-1. Pro, over the course of his career, the 6 years with the Pirates, he had a 4.77 ERA, and he was 12-18. Pretty much a situational lefty. So here comes the pitch, and it is a breaking ball that misses down, and the count is 2-1. 2 balls and 1 strike to Willy Adames. 6-6 is the scoreline now, as the Brewers have cashed in here. As Bro ready to work again, he gets the sign from his catcher, Contreras. And now he's ready to deliver. He kicks and he fires. It is a fastball swung on. It is grounded over to short. It is fielded by Morel deep in the 6th hole. He throws over the head of the first baseman. It's going to get into the seats. It's probably going to be a single. It's going to be an RBI for Adames because Morel had no chance to get him. He went really deep into the 6th hole. He made this acrobatic play. So Adames will be ruled as a single. He'll go to second on the E6. I don't even know why Morel even decided to throw the ball. He went off the heel of his glove, and then he did a jump throw. It almost ended up in the first or second row. It ended up ricocheting off the piece in front of the fans there. It did get into the stands. That's going to that's going to put the Brewers now in front 7-6. So this seesaw affair continues to see and saw as the Brewers now have a 7-6 lead. The first pitch is a fastball delivered to Rowdy Tellez that misses inside for ball 1, and the count is 1-0. So 1 ball and no strikes. I'll double check on the official scores, but that's how I would have it. I don't think it would be there. Yeah, they do give the single to Adames, but it was the error that brought him over to second. There's a breaking ball that catches the outside corner, and the count is now 1-1 to Tellez. So 1 ball and 1 strike. So those runners were all charged to Kervin Castro. And here comes the pitch from Bro. It's a breaking ball that misses down, and the count is now 2-1. Also are 2 earned runs to Castro. It was a hit and a walk in the inning here that set it up for him. I guess they're going to have to find out how they're going to use Castro. They tried to bring him out for yet another inning of work. He already had an inning and a third under his belt. And here comes the offering. It is a breaking ball swung on, it missed. The count now goes to 2-2 on Tellez. Tellez hit a solo shot back in the 3rd inning. He's 1 for 3. He's also popped to the pitcher and been retired to the first baseman as well. Here comes the 2-2 pitch as Bro comes set. Checks the runner over at second. And here's the pitch. It is a breaking ball that misses down, and the count is now 3-2 to Tellez. So 3 balls and 2 strikes. This game here is got a lot left in it. As Bro is ready to deliver the 3-2 offering to Tellez. He checks the runner over at second, and here's the pitch. It's a fastball swung on. This ball is lifted to deep center field. Racing back and making the catch on the warning track is Velasquez. Rowdy Tellez sent it a long way, but right to the glove of the center fielder, and that is going to do it for out number 3. But the Brewers recapture the lead. They got 2 runs in the inning on 2 hits. There was 1 error, and there was 1 runner left aboard. We are now through 5.5 at Wrigley. It is a 7-6 Brewers lead. Stick around, everybody. This game is far from over. We'll be right back after this.
Well, you've got to have an ace in the hole, a little secret that nobody knows. Life is a gamble, a game we all play. But you've got to save something for a rainy day. You've got to learn to play your cards right if you expect to win in life. Don't put it all on the line for just one roll. You've got to have an ace in the hole. Yeah.
Welcome back, everybody. Scheduled to come to bat for the Cubs, it's Ian Happ, Nelson Velasquez, and PJ Higgins. Although we are going to have a pitching change for the Brewers, it's going to be Hobie Milner coming on in relief of Aaron Ashby. So Milner on in relief. He'll be the second pitcher used today by the Craig Council. Ashby had a seesaw ball game. He had one point in a row. He really struggled in the first couple innings. He was able to retire 8 in a row for that one, and then gave the lead back up in the last inning. It was a first pitch from the side-arming left-hander that is a breaking ball that drops in for a called strike, and the count's 0-1 to Happ. Milner delivers again. It's a breaking ball that misses down, and the count is 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike. Milner is 3-1 on the year. He's appearing in his 50th ball game, as there is a fastball that misses outside, and the count is now 2-1. 46 innings pitched, 40 hits allowed. He's walked 9 and struck out 42. He's got an ERA of 3.33. There's a changeup swung on and missed, and the count is now 2-2. I will have to say it's hard to determine what the difference is between his fastball and his changeup. It kind of looks the same. He's not a hard thrower by any stretch. See, different look from the lefty as he's a sidewinder. And here's the pitch. It is a fastball swung on it. Is going to be looped softly into right field. And Ian Happ is going to get his second hit of the ball game as he's aboard with a leadoff single here in the bottom of the 6th inning. That's going to bring up the center fielder, Nelson Velasquez. Well, for Velasquez, he is 0 for 2 today. He has struck out both times he's come to the plate. That was against the starter, Ashby. He's batting .240. Check that, .239 now on the season. Velasquez has 6 homers and 18 RBIs. He's been busy in center field making plays today. So here comes the pitch. It is a fastball swung on and fouled away, and the count is quickly 0-1 to Velasquez. So no balls and 1 strike. Velasquez to be followed by Higgins and then Christopher Morel here in the bottom of the 6th inning. So here comes the 0-1 offering, and it's a fastball swung on and missed, and the count is now no balls and 2 strikes to Velasquez. We were talking earlier in the ballgame about how Ian Happ was talked about how he plays a very steady left field. He was one of the players not moved at the deadline. Management, he's under team control until for another year after this, and they feel that they're going to offer him an extension. He's going to get to be a Cub for a lot longer. The other thing that they're really happy about besides his defense is the fact that he's been able to swing the bat much better from the right side as a switch hitting option. He's batting .333 now as a switch hitter this year with the 2 knocks today. There's a fastball that misses upstairs for a ball, and the count is 1-2. So an option in the batting order certainly is a shot in the arm for the Chicago Cubs. There's a fastball taken for a called third strike. And Velasquez stood there like the house by the side of the road. It's the third time today he's gone down on strikes. The first time looking, he is erased for out number 1, and that's going to bring up the first baseman, P.J. Higgins. Well, for Higgins, today he is 0 for 2. He's grounded to short, and he has struck out looking in his 2 trips to the plate. His average is dipped to 268. As he waits on the first offering here from Milner, who delivers a breaking ball that sweeps across the plate for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. No balls and 1 strike to Higgins. Milner reads the sign from his catcher, Caratini. He works set from the belt, and now he kicks and delivers. It is a breaking ball that misses outside. The count is now 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike. Fireworks in this game, seesaw affair, home runs aplenty if you like the offense. That's what we have here in Chicago today. Here comes the pitch. It is a fastball swung on and missed. The count is now 1-2. That's probably the hardest pitch we've seen Milner throw. That was at 90 miles an hour. Doesn't throw it very often, but he is able to spot it up and blow it by the hitters as need be. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. As Higgins waggles the bat, Milner comes set. And here's the pitch. It is a breaking ball that drops in for a called third strike. Back-to-back hitters go window shopping and come up with nothing, as Higgins is retired for the second out of the inning, and that's going to leave it all up to the shortstop, Christopher Morel. Well, for Morel today, he is 1 for 2. He singled and scored a run in the second, and he grounded out to third in the fourth. He was charged with that error in the last half inning, as he threw the ball into the stands after trying to make a backhand play on Willie Adames. There's a fastball that misses outside, and the count is 1-0. Morel has lifted his average to 255 on the year with that knockback in the second inning. So Milner holds set, and he throws over to first base, and getting back safely is the base runner, Happ. Wouldn't be surprised to see Happ on the move here at some point. He's got 6 stolen bases on the year, and Morel has hit in the leadoff spot this year, so it would give an opportunity for he or Madrigal to get things going. There's a breaking ball swung on it. Is lifted foul down the left field line. It's going to reach the seats, and that's going to run the count to 1 ball and 1 strike, and Morel looks like he's broke his bat. He's going to get himself a new piece of lumber. So 1 ball and 1 strike to Morel. As he strides back to the plate, as he's ready to face the 1-1 offering from the left-handed reliever Milner. And Milner kicks and delivers. It is a fastball swung on and missed. The count is now 1-2 to Morel. Well, I think that last pitch is probably the best pitch that Morel is going to see in this entire at-bat. It's going to be probably a steady diet of slop from here on out. He swung right through that fastball. So here comes the 1-2 offering as Milner works set and he delivers. It is a breaking ball swung on. It is lifted to deep left field. If it stays fair, it's going to be trouble. And this ball is gone. A 2-run homer. And the Cubs have taken the lead at 8-7. So Christopher Morel did just enough to keep his hands inside the baseball. That ball hugged the line all the way down the left field line. And it reaches the seats. Ian Happ scores ahead of him. And then Morel scores and keep the beer flowing in Wrigley, because it is a 8-7 lead now for the Cubs here in the 6th inning. But don't worry, everybody. There's still a lot of time left in this one. A lot of things could happen and change, as we know. That's going to bring up the top of the order in Nick Madrigal. Well, for Morel, that was his 12th homer of the year. It just stayed right down the left field line, and it stayed just to the right of the left field foul pole. There's a first pitch fastball swung on and fouled away by Nick Madrigal for strike number 1. So Madrigal, 3 for 3 today. He's got 3 singles in each of his trips to the plate. As Milner now kicks and delivers, it's a fastball swung on and fouled away, and the count is now 0-2 to Madrigal. Our friend Quaffs is in the house. We welcome you. He says, go Cubbies. Well, it's been a seesaw affair here as there's been a number of lead changes in this one. Certainly the Brewers who jumped out to that lead in the first inning, 2-0, and then the Cubs were able to come back respond with 3 of their own in the first. So don't expect this one here to end anytime soon. It is no balls and 2 strikes to Madrigal. As Milner now works set. And here's the pitch. It's a fastball that misses off the outside corner, and the count is 1-2. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Michael Harris, Jose Miranda, and Julio Rodriguez, the only 3 players in the league who have a better slugging percentage in their rookie year than Morel does. And there's a fastball swung on it, is lifted into center field. Drifting back on it is Tyrone Taylor. He's going to make the catch in front of the warning track. And Madrigal is going to be retired for the 3rd out of the inning, but not before damage has been done. 2 runs in the inning on the 2-run homer by Christopher Morel. There were 2 hits, no errors, and nobody left the board. We're now through 6 complete in Chicago. It is the Cubs 8 and the Brewers 7. Stick around, everybody. This game's just about to get started. We'll be back in just a couple of moments after this. Lots of offense at Wrigley today.
Hello, guys. Thank you for joining Freddie here on his baseball game. And I'm Steve Rademacher, and my channel is really all about everybody, including all my international friends. We have such stuff as non-sport packs from Canada, the OP Cheese. We have the Greek Freak. We have money from around the world. We have lira. We have yen. We have francs. We have pounds. We have Deutschmarks. We have all kinds of cool stuff like that. We even have some cooler things like Japanese women wrestlers and OP-Chi baseball cards where I cannot read the back. We even have unopened material like the royal family, I know it's backwards, from London, England. Thank you for watching. Back to Freddie.
Appreciate you, Steve, and your support of the channel. And in turn, we support Steve Rademacher. We'll be back in 30 seconds after this with the call at the top of the 7th inning. Welcome back, everybody. We have another pitch for the Cubs. It is going to be 4th pitcher used today by the manager, David Ross, as the day for Stephen Breaux is done. It'll be Michael Rucker coming on in relief. So the right-hander is taking over. He's got a 1-1 record on the year. He's going to be working in his 24th ball game. He has worked 33 1/3 innings, allowing 34 hits. He has walked 12 and struck out 31. He's got an ERA of 4.59, and the first pitch he delivers is a breaking ball that misses down and away to Andrew McCutchen for ball 1. The count's 1-0. It's the heart of the Brewer batting order with McCutchen, Renfroe, and Wong to face the right-hander Rucker. And here's the pitch. It is a breaking ball that misses down for a ball, and it's now 2-0 to McCutchen. McCutchen 1 for 2 today. He's got a home run in 2 trips. He scored a couple of runs. He's driven in 2. He's also got a walk. Here comes the offering from the right-hander Rucker, who kicks and delivers. It's a fastball swung on. It is grounded over to 3rd. It is fielded by Wisdom. He fires across the diamond, and that is going to retire McCutchen on a ground-out 5-3. The first out of the inning, and that's going to bring up the right fielder Hunter Renfroe. Well, Hunter Renfroe today is 2 for 3. He's got a homer in his 3 trips. He's singled, he's homered, he's knocked in a pair of runs, and he's also scored a run. So Renfroe steps to the plate. He's batting .250 on the year. So Renfroe waiting on the first offering from Rucker. It is a changeup that misses upstairs for ball one, and the count is 1-0. So 1 ball and no strikes. Renfroe waiting again, and the breaking ball swung on and tap foul behind home plate. The count goes to 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike. Just a couple programming notes as we reminded everybody earlier on. We're going to be back on later tonight for the Hanshin Tigers and Yomiuri Giants. So if you're up late night on the Pacific Coast or on the East Coast, be sure to come on by. There's a breaking ball that is swung on and fouled away, and the count is now 1 ball and 2 strikes to Renfroe. It'll be Central League action. We don't do a lot of Central League stuff, but we are going to do this one. So we're excited to make the call. So 1 ball and 2 strikes to Renfroe. Right-hander Rucker delivers. It's a breaking ball swung on. It's popped up in the infield. It's playable. Coming over underneath it is the second baseman, Madrigal. He makes the catch. And that is going to retire Hunter Renfroe for the second out of the inning. So 2 up and 2 away, and that'll bring up the second baseman, Colton Wong. Well, for Wong today, he is 1 for 2. He's singled and also drawn a walk, and he's flown out to right field in his 3 trips to the plate. So 1 for 2 today. As Rucker gets back onto the rubber, and he's ready to go again. And here's the first pitch. It's a breaking ball taken for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. Wong has raised his average to 245 with that knock earlier, as he waits on the offering from the righty, who kicks and delivers. It is a fastball that misses down, and the count is now 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike to Wong. If you're the Chicago Cub faithful, you just know that this game has still got a lot of legs left in it. And here's the 1-1 pitch. It is a breaking ball that misses down, and the count is now 2-1. The Brewers have 7 outs still to play with. And it gets interesting late for the Cubs. Or if they're going to use their closer, Rowan Wick, today. He got the save yesterday. There's a breaking ball that swung on and missed, and the count is now 2-2. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. But they are now with the lead. It would be interesting to see how they're going to try to close this one off, the Cubs, if they can get through this inning by maintaining the lead. Here's the pitch. It's a fastball that misses upstairs, and the count is now 3-2. So 3 balls and 2 strikes to Colton Wong. As Wong waggles the bat, he's waiting on the offering here from Rucker, who gets the sign from Contreras, and now he works set. And here's the payoff pitch. It's a fastball swung on. It is grounded over to the right side. It is fielded neatly by the first baseman, Higgins, as he dives to his right. He gets up and flips it over to the pitcher covering. It's going to go down as a ground out, 3-1 for the 3rd out of the inning, and that will do it here for the Brewers in their half of the 7th. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left the board. We are now moving to the bottom of the 7th inning in Chicago. Your score is the Chicago Cubs 8, the Milwaukee Brewers 7. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back in just a couple moments after this with all the action. And for those of you who don't join us late night, be sure to check out our Japanese cheerleaders as we bring them to you now. Welcome back, everybody. It is going to be the 2, 3, and 4 hitters scheduled to come to bat for the Chicago Cubs in the 7th inning. That means Wilson Contreras, Patrick Wisdom, and Seiya Suzuki. But we are going to have another pitching change for the Milwaukee Brewers. They are going to the bullpen again. We are going to be witnessing Peter Strzelecki, I believe is how we would enunciate that properly. So Strzelecki coming into the ball game has appeared in, this is going to be his 11th game for the Brewers. He's got a 1-0 record. He's worked 13 1/3 innings. He's allowed 13 hits. He has walked 4 and struck out 16. So it's our first look at Strzelecki, and it's a breaking ball that is waved out and missed for strike 1 to Wilson Contreras. Contreras 0 for 2 today. He's grounded out twice, and he's got a sacrifice fly. He's also knocked in a run. So Strzelecki is the 3rd pitcher used by Council. There's a fastball that misses upstairs, but they appealed out to the first base umpire, Jerry Lane, but they say that Contreras didn't go, and the count is 1-1. Strzelecki is a rookie. And here's the pitch. It is a fastball that just misses down, and the count is now 2-1. Not so sure about that one, nor was the catcher Caratini. I have to say, though, that the catcher Caratini didn't necessarily do the best job of framing that pitch. It looked like he thought that was an automatic strike, and he was ready to get it back to the pitcher. And here's the pitch. It is a breaking ball that misses down and away, and the count is now 3-1 to Contreras. Strzelecki was originally to school at the University of South Florida, originally from the Queens, New York. There is a fastball that is swung on and missed. The count now runs full to Contreras. To say I don't know a whole lot about him. He was signed as a free agent in 2018 with the Brewers. He's non-drafted. So anytime you used to get the non-drafted free agents in the, and when they used to do the 40 rounds plus of the draft, that's pretty impressive. There's a fastball swung on and fouled away, and the count remains at 3-2. So 3 balls and 2 strikes. Contreras gets himself dug in, and he's waiting on the offering here from Strzelecki. And here's the pitch. It's a fastball that misses upstairs at 94. And that's going to be a leadoff walk here for Contreras in the 7th inning, and that's going to bring up the 3rd baseman, Patrick Wisdom. Well, it's kind of all or nothing for Wisdom. He's got a home run today, and he struck out twice. It was a home run his last time up, the 2-run variety. And he struck out his first 2 times up. He leads the league in strikeouts as he entered the fray tonight with 151, equaled his total of last year. Swings through a fastball. The count is quickly 0-1. So no balls and 1 strike. So no balls and 1 strike to Wisdom as he's waiting here on the offering from the right-hander Strzelecki. And there is a fastball swung on it, is lifted into center field. Drifting over on it is Taylor. He makes the catch. That is going to retire Wisdom on a fly ball to center field for the first out of the inning. That's going to bring up the right fielder, Seiya Suzuki. Well, for Suzuki today, he is 1 for 3. He's doubled and knocked in a run. He's also scored a run. He's grounded to short, and he struck out looking his last time up. So 1 for 3 on the afternoon. Strzelecki holds set. And now he kicks and delivers. It's a fastball that comes inside, and it hits Suzuki right on the elbow guard. He's not happy about that. So that's going to be a hit batter. He's going to be put aboard, and that will bring up the designated hitter, Franmil Reyes. Now, it's a good thing you wear the elbow guard because it looked like it got him on the tricep or the lower part of the tricep. My friend DW says the Brewers have screwed him. Well, our friend earlier in the ball game who was in here, Crimestein, he had taken the under in this one. There's a breaking ball that drops in for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. So no balls and one strike. Reyes today has a triple and an RBI. He's also struck out twice. There's a breaking ball that misses down, and the count is now 1-1. You think of the part of this batting order with Wisdom and Reyes, if they played a whole season together, I wonder what the most strikeouts for a tandem would be in a batting order, but I'm sure that they would probably be able to compete for it. As there's a fastball that is waved at and missed upstairs, and the count now goes to 1-2. Reyes chased that one out of the zone. That was a very undisciplined swing. I'd be curious to see how that would play out. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. Our friend DW says they're losing to the Cubs. Well, there's still a lot of real estate left. There's a fastball swung on and missed. And that is going to retire Reyes for the 3rd time today via the strikeout, as he's gone for out number 2, and that's going to bring up the left fielder, Ian Happ. Our friend DW says, if the Brewers get out of this inning without giving up runs, can they come back? Well, this has been a seesaw affair all game today. And the Cubs are definitely not the Los Angeles Dodgers or the New York Yankees. So the bullpen of the Cubs is shaky at best. So, yeah, of course there's a chance because the Brewers are a better ball club. There's a fastball that misses outside for ball 1. The count's 1-0. I do think that the Brewers have their chance here. If you were playing against a team with a lockdown bullpen, then I would be a lot more concerned. There's a changeup swung on and missed, and the count is now 1-1 to Happ. So the Brewers still have 6 outs to play with. It's only a 1-run ball game. So here comes the offering now to the left-handed hitting Happ now, and that's a fastball taken for a called strike, and the count is 1-2. Happ today batting from the left side here, as he's normally the switch hitter. As we looked at that last pitch. So here we go. Here comes the 1-2 offering, and it is a fastball that misses upstairs, and the count now goes to 2-2. So 2 balls and 2 strikes to Happ. Happ digs in. He's waggling the bat here. The runner at first is Suzuki. The runner at second is Contreras. There is 2 gone, and here's the pitch. And that is a changeup swung on and missed. And Happ is retired on strikes for the 3rd out of the inning. Well, Strzelecki got himself into a bit of a pickle, but he's able to wiggle out of it as he put 2 on with 1 out, and he strikes out Reyes and Happ to end the inning. That is going to do it here. There was no runs in the inning, no hits, no errors, and 2 runners left aboard. We're now through 7 complete. It is the Cubs 8, the Brewers 7. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back in just a couple moments with the call after this. Appreciate you guys for being here. Here is our friend Matt.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Namaste. Hey, I hope you guys have been enjoying the game. My name is Hollis. I've got a YouTube channel called Another Hollis Build. I love baseball cards. I open up brand new product for you guys. I open up old stuff. I do breaks. I do auctions. All kinds of stuff concerning baseball. I'm Friars faithful, Padres to the end. I also love Garbage Pail Kids and my animals. I have a ton of animals. It's like a mini petting zoo here around my house. I also love my city. San Diego, baby. I'll take you all around the city and show you what's up. If you guys dig stuff like that, cruise on over and check it out. It's Another Hollis Build. If you dig it, subscribe. I'd really appreciate to have more follow me along on the journey. Hey, either way, you guys have a wonderful day or a beautiful, beautiful evening. No matter which one it is, make sure that you make it great, my friends. Big up Last Raps Baseball. Yeah, Freddie, let's go. One love and peace. Yeah, man.
Welcome back, everybody. It is scheduled to be the 7, 8, and 9 hitters to come to bat for the Brewers in the top of the 8th inning. That means Luis Arias, Victor Caratini, and Tyrone Taylor. And we are just waiting for confirmation, but it is going to be a pitching change as Mark Leiter Jr. is going to be coming on in relief here to face the Brewers in their half of the 8th inning. It's going to be the 5th pitcher used today by David Ross. Mark Leiter has been used as a bit of a swingman this year. He's had and he's worked on in relief. Leiter ready to go to work here. This is going to be his 21st season. He's got a 2-5 record. He's started 4 games, and there's a breaking ball that misses outside for ball 1, and the count is 1-0. He's worked 51 innings. He's allowed 39 hits, 18 walks, and 54 strikeouts in that time. As he's ready to go to work here again. 1 ball and no strike to Arias. Rocks into the windup and delivers. It is a fastball that's taken for a called strike, and the count is now 1-1. I look at Arias here. We do have a change at shortstop as Nico Horner has come into the game defensively now for the Cubs. Here comes the offering now to Arias as the righty delivers. It's a fastball taken for a called strike, and the count is now 1-2. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. Originally drafted by the Philadelphia Phillies back in the 22nd round of the 2013 draft, I could say Leiter has been a survivor. He was picked off of waivers by the Blue Jays. He's bounced around with a number of organizations. There's a breaking ball that misses down, and the count is now 2-2. Once the Blue Jays granted him free agency, he signed with the Diamondbacks. He was released by the Diamondbacks. Then he signed with the Tigers. Tigers let him have free agency at the end of last year, and then he signed with the Cubs, and he's been fairly effective. So here's the 2-2 pitch. There's a breaking ball swung on and missed. And Arias is down on strikes for the first out of the inning, and that's going to bring up the catcher, Victor Caratini. So for Caratini, he strides to the plate. He is 0 for 3 tonight. The switch hitter has struck out twice and grounded back to the pitcher. So officially 0 for 3. And here's the first offering. It's a breaking ball that misses outside for ball 1, and the count is 1-0. Caratini batting .216 on the year with those 8 homers and 24 RBIs. It'll be important for Leiter to get through this part of the order here. There's a breaking ball that drops in for a called strike, and the count is 1-1. They can keep the runners from the bottom third of the batting order off base. And that will allow the closer to come in and do his work. I would think Rowan Wick would probably be the guy. There's a fastball swung on, and it is fouled away, and the bat went almost as far as the ball. In fact, it probably went further than the ball. We'll see that one again. As Caratini lost the handle, and it went flying over, and it went into the first base dugout. It just missed the manager, Craig Counsell, so he's going to come back and put a little bit more pine tar on it. So 1 ball and 2 strikes to Caratini. As he steps up here, ready to face the offering from the right-hander Leiter. As Leiter gets the sign from his catcher, and he rocks into the motion and delivers. It is a fastball that misses down, and the count is now 2-2. As I said, important to keep the runners off base here in the bottom third if you're the Cubs, because you don't want to face the top of the order with ducks on the pond. So here comes the 2-2 offering to Caratini. Leiter gets his sign. He rocks into the motion. He kicks and he delivers. It is a fastball that misses down, and the count is now 3-2. So 3 balls and 2 strikes to Caratini. Leiter gets himself the ball, and he rubs it up. And here comes the payoff pitch. He gets the sign from his catcher, Contreras. And now he rocks into the windup. He kicks and he delivers. It is a breaking ball swung on and missed. Caratini has gone on strikes. He's out for the 3rd time today via strikes. That is the 2nd out of the inning. That's got to leave it all up to Tyrone Taylor. Well, for Taylor today, he is 1 for 3, doubled and scored a run his last time up. He was brought home on the RBI single by Christian Yelich. I should say actually on the RBI single by Willie Adames. So Taylor 1 for 3. He struck out twice and has that double. And there's a breaking ball that drops in for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. One balls and 1 strike to Taylor. Leiter coming in and striking out the first 2 batters he's faced in the inning. He's thrown ice on any opportunity for the Brewers so far to get back into this one. And here comes the pitch. It is a fastball that misses outside, and the count is 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike to Taylor. Taylor's played some pretty good center field tonight, making the plays. He's been able to retire the Cubs at every opportunity he's had tonight. Here's the pitch. It is a fastball swung on and grounded foul behind home plate. And the count is now 1-2. So 1 ball and 2 strikes to Taylor. Coming up for the Cubs in their bottom of the 8th inning, it'll be their bottom third of the batting order. Velasquez, Higgins, and Nico Horner, who's come in for Morel. That'll be their opportunity to try to pad their lead. My dog's best friend is in the house here, and here comes the pitch. It is a breaking ball swung on and missed, and Taylor is down on strikes. Mark Leiter Jr. comes in and strikes out the side as the Brewers go in order here in the top of the 8th inning. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left the board. We are now through 7.5 in Chicago. It is the Cubs 8, the Brewers 7. Stick around, everybody. We'll be right back in just a couple moments after this from our friend Dave at Zero Fox.
Hey everybody, thanks for checking out the game and Last Raps Baseball. This is Dave, Zero Fox Sports Cards. If you like pack openings, baseball, all that good stuff, check us out. Drop a comment on our channel this month to win a mystery pack of cards. All you gotta do is say Last Rap sent you to be entered. And we'll drop a video later on this month announcing the winner. Enjoy the game.
Welcome back, everybody. We got a good one in Chicago. It is 8-7 for the Cubs as they're coming to bat here in the bottom of the 8th inning. Scheduled to come to bat will be Nelson Velasquez, PJ Higgins, and Nico Horner. As Horner had come into the ballgame to replace Christopher Morel. We do have a pitching change for the Brewers. It's going to be Brad Boxberger on in relief. Is going to be the 4th pitcher used today by Craig Counsell. So Boxberger on in relief of Peter Strzelecki, who went in the 7th inning for the Brewers. So that is where we stand right now as he's completed his warm-up tosses, and we're ready to get this back under. So Berger on in relief. Boxberger was an all-star at one point in his career. He was back Tampa Bay Ray organization in 2015. The All-Star that year. He had 41 saves and led all of baseball. He went on to save 32 games for the Arizona Diamondbacks in the 2018 season. So he has had some roles as a closer, but at this point in his career, he's more used as a setup variety. And here's the first pitch. It is a fastball that just misses upstairs for ball 1, and the count is 1-0 to Nelson Velasquez. Velasquez has had a tough day at the office today. He's 0 for 3. He has struck out 3 times. Twice swinging and once looking. Here comes the pitch now from Boxberger as he kicks and delivers. It is a fastball that catches the outside corner for a called strike, and the count is now 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike. Our friend Quaff says, I need the Cubbies to cover the 1.5. Well, this is your chance right here, because if they don't here, I don't know if they're going to get another chance to hit unless the Brewers at least tie it up. There is a breaking ball that is swung at and missed, and the count is now 1-2 to Velasquez. So 1-2 strikes. Boxberger gets the sign from his catcher, Caratini, and now he steps off the backside and he's going to reset himself. Again, working from the set position. He kicks and delivers. It's a fastball. Taken for a called third strike. That's the second time today Velasquez has watched third strike go by, and it's the fourth strikeout today of the ball game for him. He is retired for the first out of the inning, and that's going to bring up the first baseman, P.J. Higgins. So for Higgins, he's 0 for 3 tonight. He struck out a couple of times himself. Quite a few strikeouts in this ball game. Despite the fact that there's been a pile of pitchers used, there's a first pitch fastball swung on and missed, and the count is 0-1 to Higgins. The Cubs today, at their end of things, they have struck out 7 Milwaukee hitters. The Milwaukee pitchers have done the damage, though, as they have struck out quite a few. There's a fastball taken for a called strike, and the count is now 0-2. Boxberger picking up the pace here. He's working a little bit quicker. 13 Cubbies have been retired today via the strikeout. So here comes the 0-2 pitch as Boxberger delivers. It's a fastball taken for a called third strike. Higgins stood there like the house by the side of the road and watched it go by. He's gone for out number 2. That's the third time today Higgins has gone down looking on strikes. That is going to leave it all up to the shortstop, Nico Horner, who comes to bat for the first time today. So that's now number 14 in the books of Cubs hitters, 14 strikeouts. If they end up losing this game, can circle that one for sure. There's a breaking ball that drops in for a called strike, and the count is 0-1 to Horner. Horner batting at .300 on the season. As he waits here on the Boxberger, he's also got 7 home runs batted in, and the pitch is a fastball swung on. It is looped softly to first base. It is going to be cut by Rowdy Tellez. And that is going to do it here for the Cubs in the bottom of the 8th inning. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left the board. They go quietly. We're going to the top of the 9th, everybody. It is an 8-7 game for the Cubs. Stick around. We'll be right back in just a couple moments to see if they're able to close this one out. Appreciate you guys for being here. Hang tight. We'll be right back with the top of the 9th.
Good evening, sports fans. I hope you all have been enjoying the game. This is just another message from another Hollis build. I hope that your team is in the lead, but if not, remember, that's life. That's what all the people say. You're riding high in April, shot down in May. But you know I'm gonna change that tune. When I'm back on top in June. I said that's life, and as funny as it may seem, some people get their kicks stomping on my team, but I don't let it get me down, 'cause this fine old world, it keeps spinning around. I hope you enjoy the rest of the game, and if it remains the same, remember, that's life. You want your fill? Go check another Hollis build on YouTube. Last Raps Baseball. Let's get back to the game. Let's go! You know that's life. You know it. One love and peace.
Appreciate you, Matt Hollis, and your support of the channel. We'll be back in 30 seconds, everybody. Hang tight. We'll be right back after this. Welcome back, everybody. It is Brandon Hughes coming in to close this one out. He delivers a first pitch fastball to Christian Yelich, ball strike, and the count is 0-1. Order Christian Yelich, Willie Adames, and Rowdy Tellez to face the left-hander. And here's the pitch. It is a breaking ball, swung on and missed, and he's way ahead to Yelich now at 0-2. So no balls and 2 strikes. Hughes is in his rookie year. He's working 37th ball game. He's only got 1 save this year. And here's the pitch. It is a breaking ball that misses down and away, and the count is now 1-2. He's worked 38 2/3 innings, allowing 27 hits. He's walked 13 and struck out 49. He's got an ERA of 3.03, so he's going to be entrusted to try to get his second save as he won't set the belt and delivers to Yelich. It's a breaking ball that misses down, and the count is 2-2. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. I know Rowan Wick closed out the game yesterday for the Cubs. The question is if he's not available, usually it could be something else, because maybe they've used him on back-to-back days. As there is a fastball that's fouled away, and the count remains at 2-2 to Yelich. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. Yelich digs himself back in. And he's waiting on the 2-2 offering from Hughes, who kicks and delivers. It is a fastball swung on it. It's tapped slowly over to first. Fielded by the first baseman, Higgins. He flips it to the pitcher covering, but he's too slow to get there. And that is going to be a base hit for Yelich. That looked very eerily similar to the play that we had earlier in the ball game. And that is going to be a base hit because the pitcher was too slow to be able to get there. It was when Rowdy Tellez had flipped it to Ashby to allow a base hit to Nick Madrigal. Almost looked like the instant replay. The difference was the colored jerseys were different. So that's going to be a leadoff single here for Yelich. And that's a play that you won't see in the box score. That should have been, it wasn't an error, but it was just the poor coverage and basically the poor flip. It didn't really lead the pitcher. As here comes the first offering to Willie Adames. It's a breaking ball that drops in for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. So it's not an error, but it did allow the hit, but it should have been an out. So the Brewers have life. Adames today is 1 for 3 and a walk. And here comes the offering from the lefty Hughes. It's a breaking ball that misses down, and the count goes even at 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike. Adames had an RBI in his last at bat as well. He singled, and then he advanced to second on the poor throw by the shortstop, Christopher Morel. So he's got his knock on the day. Here comes the offering from Hughes. It's a breaking ball, waved at and missed, and the count now goes to 1-2 on Adames. So that is how you can breathe life into a team, is you can't make your defensive plays. So 1 ball and 2 strikes to Adames. As Hughes comes set, he checks the runner at first. And now he kicks and delivers. It is a breaking ball swung on. It is lifted into deep center field. Drifting back and still drifting back on the edge of the warning track, and making the catch is Velasquez. And that is going to retire Adames for the first out of the inning. So that will bring up the first baseman, Rowdy Tellez. You got to be concerned about the fly balls into the outfield. That's for sure. Our friend Gilbert Arbalo, if I've said that correctly, says he wish he took the over on this game. I bet you wish you did. This game here has definitely been a lot of offense. Just as a reminder, after the ball game, we'll give everybody a quick recap of the scoring. So Rowdy Tellez to the plate with the runner Christian Yelich at first. There's 1 away. Here comes the offering from the lefty Hughes. He kicks and delivers. It's a breaking ball that drops in for a called strike, and the count is 0-1 to Tellez. Tellez today is 1 for 4. He's got a homer and an RBI. He's also grounded out. He has flown out to center and popped out of the pitcher. They have the pretty much almost the entire infield to the right side. Patrick Wisdom is so close to second base, he's almost to the other side. There's a breaking ball that drops in for a called strike, and the count is now 0-2. So no balls and 2 strikes to Tellez. He shakes his head. He didn't like that one. Our friend Crown Clown is in the house. He says he took the under at 15.5. Yeah, if it was Must be a money line deal because I think the game opened at around 10.5. So no balls and 2 strikes to Tellez. 3 fielders on the right side of the infield, and we said Wisdom is very close to second base being the 4th. There's a breaking ball that misses down. They appeal down to Hunter Wendelstadt over at third base, but they say Tellez didn't go, and that's going to run the count to 1-2. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. Andrew McCutchen waits his turn on deck. So 1 ball and 2 strikes as Hughes holds set. And now he delivers. It's a fastball swung on it. It's tapped slowly over to the shortstop Horner. He throws it over to Wisdom for 1. Back to first. It's going to be an inning-ending double play, and that is going to do it here as the Cubs are going to get a victory at their home field in Wrigley. It is a double play that will go in the books as a 6-5-3 variety. Races Yelich at second, and that is going to do it here. There were no runs in the inning on 1 hit, no errors, and nobody left the board. Your final score, the Chicago Cubs 8, the Milwaukee Brewers 7. We'll be back and wrap this one up in just a couple moments. Appreciate everybody who has popped in here tonight to listen to this one here, but the Brewers drop a much important opportunity to keep pace with the Cardinals, and we'll be back here in just a couple moments. Thanks again, everybody, for listening. Make sure you bookmark us because we'll be back on again later tonight with the Giants and the Tigers. That's NPB Baseball Variety. Hang tight. We'll be right back.
Hey, everybody. Thanks for checking out the game and Last Raps Baseball. This is Dave's Zero Thought Sports Cards. If you like pack openings, baseball, all that good stuff, check us out. Drop a comment on our channel this month to win a mystery pack of cards. All you gotta do is say Last Rap sent you to be entered. And we'll drop a video later on this month announcing the winner. Enjoy the game.
Appreciate you, Dave, and your support of the channel. Be sure to check him out after the game here, everybody. That's Dave at Zero Fox Sports and the Game Changer Lounge. Well, your final score was the Cubs 8 and the Brewers 7. We'll give you a recap of this one as it is the only game that was going around Major League Baseball today. The Milwaukee Brewers jumped out to a 2-0 lead in the first inning. After a Christian Yelich single, there were 2 outs when Andrew McCutchen stepped up and hit a 2-run blast to jumpstart the Milwaukee Brewers to a 2-0 lead. The Cubs responded in the bottom of the first inning. A leadoff single by Nick Madrigal, and with 2 out, Seiya Suzuki hit a double, knocking in Madrigal. And then Franmil Reyes stepped to the plate and tripled home Suzuki. That evened the score at 2. Ian Happ then stepped up and singled home Reyes, and that put the Cubs up 3-1 after 1 complete. In the second inning, in the bottom of the second, with 1 out, Christopher Morel singled. Nick Madrigal then singled, and Wilson Contreras hit a sac fly to put the Cubs up 4-2. But in the top of the third inning, the Brewers got back into it. It was a leadoff home run, or a 1-out home run by Rowdy Tellez. Then after a walk to Andrew McCutchen, Hunter Renfroe hit a 2-run homer, and that put the Brewers up 5-4. Well, the seesaw affair continued. In the bottom of the 5th inning, the Cubs, the leadoff single to Nick Madrigal with 1 out. Patrick Wisdom stepped up and hit a home run, his 22nd of the year, and that put the Cubs back up on top, 6-5. But before you know it, the Milwaukee Brewers in the top of the 6th inning, they came back with 2 of their own. A leadoff walk to Luis Arias, and then with 1 out, Tyrone Taylor doubled, and then Christian Yelich knocked in the first run on a ground out to the right side to the second baseman. That scored Arias. And then Willie Adames got an infield single to knock home Tyrone Taylor. He ended up advancing over to second on the error by the shortstop Morel. Well, that put the Brewers up 7-6. But in the bottom of the 6th inning, it was a single to Ian Happ to lead off the inning. And after 2 outs, it was a 2-run homer by Christopher Morel that hugged the left field line, and that put the Cubs up for good, and it made your final score 8-7 for Chicago. Once again, everybody, we appreciate everybody who jumped in tonight to listen. We thank you guys and for your support of our channel. Reminder, we'll be back on later tonight for the Murray Giants and the Hanshin Tigers Central Division action. That's going to be 10 o'clock Pacific or 1 a.m. Eastern. Hopefully you guys can all join us. We'll be back on later on. Have a great night, everybody. We'll catch you again later.